a psychological one? Why not a physical one?
Because it really can't have a physical effect.
No.
I mean,
I mean,
potentially. Like,
there is an indirect physical effect via the psychological ones. Like,
I mean, if he screamed in
headbutting
my
yourself
ear,
into the wall.
if he screamed in my ear, that'd do something.
That wasn't
right?
established. No, all we established that he was saying a certain thing towards you, and as it's assumed, it's not hurting you. It's just a psychological effect, no physical effect.
But I mean, he could. The saying of the things translates into like audio electric waves that then like hit my eardrums, and then those can potentially ruin my hearing. And then it's like,
hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Audio electric wave.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Look, Index has gotten to me. I'm learning about bioelectricity and all this shit.
I wouldn't take any form of biology lessons from anime. What the fuck? Audio electric wave.
Like
audio electric. Like, I don't think that's a physical.
So everything has a type of energy associated with it, and like for electricity, it was like, oh yeah, everybody's got bioelectricity. So I was like, oh. All right, so that means things that people emit can be audio electric waves, you know? Like
no,
sound.
That's not how that works. We don't emit audio electricity. We just emit vibrations.
I don't know. Fucking Index.
No, Nick's fucking stupid. That's like,
I'm an idiot.
You must have learned this. We don't fucking spout out electricity for our mouths. We just make vibrations. Electricity is in the process to make those fucking vibrations via ATP and that shit, but fucking... That's it. That's the extent of it.
I don't know,
He wants to know also, if railguns exist.
It's a railguns do exist. Also, it's a podcast.
Railguns do exist.
Yeah, they do.
Hey, we're all here.
Hey, I'm Nick.
Can a human be a railgun?
You could use a human in a railgun, I guess, if you made some sort of weird-ass modified railgun.
A human could potentially be a railgun if they harness the energy from the ATP and convert that into electricity.
You just learned the term ATP! Why the fuck are you using it?
No, it's adenine triphosphate.
Okay, maybe you actually knew it, but I highly doubt it.
Yeah,
you probably
I learned it. I took biology. I learned it in there.
Get you talking about spouting out electric waves from your mouth.
Roll call. I'm Nick.
You heard it here first.
I'm disturbed.
Fucking clue what he's talking about. He's just going off.
That guy's Chris.
I'm disgruntled, disturbed, disgusted, all of the fucking de-alliterations I can think of.
And that guy's Iggy. He's also a dick.
Hey, there's another one.
Yeah, that's why I said it, you dummy.
Another one.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even mean to do that one.
Is another one? Dilophosaurus?
Dilophosaurus?
I have no idea if I'm just mixing up a medical condition and a fucking saurus, or if that's actually a dinosaur.
That's a dinosaur, yeah.
I was thinking, is that just a fucking fusion of dinosaur and dilapidated? I don't know. But I said it, and now it's out there, and now I'm reflecting upon it verbally, and we're here.
Yay, we made it. So it's just going to be me, you, and him for this podcast today.
Because you didn't actually tell anyone else we were doing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a big issue.
Great when you don't do that. It's great how people don't show up to a thing they don't know is happening an hour earlier than usual.
I know, right? The nerve of people.
Getting really bad at this.
By the way, this is the 15th of October.
November, yeah.
Yes, November. Yeah. The spooky month, November.
PM. Yeah, November.
Everyone knows Halloween is on the 31st of November.
I mean, totally, right? Like, there's no other way, like, something that you would give thanks for could be in that month at all. Yeah. My bro. Okay, somebody start talking about a certain topic of some sort. Chris,
isn't this usually... Yep, there we go.
Well, we could talk about... yeah, sure. Nick.
Oh, okay.
Go first.
I guess I'm going first.
You asked for it.
Facial hair sucks ass?
I disagree.
I also disagree. It doesn't really affect me in any way.
I mean, you guys don't have as much as me, I guess.
I highly doubt that.
mainly beard-wise. Mustache-wise, I don't got anything going on. But beard-wise, it sucks because I don't have enough like facial hair growing in to where it's a full-on beard. But I also grow so much that it's still noticeable. So
Oh, you're like that.
Yeah, so it's a huge pain in the ass to actually maintain, like, continuing to chop it off, like, every day or so. Because if I don't,
So
it just becomes noticeable and it looks like shit.
I would have, like, I had this in the same position as you, except I didn't give a shit. I just kept letting it grow. And it's still not like a full beard, but it's there, and no one can dispute it's a beard. Just don't give a fuck, I guess.
I do not have this
mean,
problem.
the problem is my mother gives a shit.
Oh,
And she's
just
like,
tell her
oh, yeah,
shove off.
you better cut it off every day or else I'm gonna take away your stuff. Yeah.
Well, if you keep cutting it off, it's never actually going to be a beard. So you're just going to be in perpetual state cutting it off.
Eventually, my hair will grow fast enough to where it would grow to a beard size in 3 days or so.
Presumably,
Right?
anyway.
That's how it works?
I don't understand that. People say cutting it makes it grow better or something.
No.
Yeah.
That's
No.
That's just because it doesn't get at the roots of the beard. And so, like, after you cut it, all the hair is, like, smushed up into the, like, poruses? Are they
What?
called?
You tried.
Pores.
You tried.
They're, like,
Pores.
smushed into the pores.
Nope, they're called poruses.
No, like, pores are on things that are porous.
Pores?
Yeah, pores, like, on your body.
So SpongeBob is a
I'm-
Like, P-O-R-E-S, pores.
I get what you were saying at first, but then you started explaining it again. Now I'm lost again. I get what you said initially, so I'm just going to go with that.
Alright, so after you
The
cut your hair,
pores?
the hair cutting process kind of smushes your hair into your beard or back into your body skin.
Yes. Cutting your hair smushes it down.
I mean, you have to
That's
like
correct.
drag a razor across your skin, which pushes it in innately.
No,
Yep, sure.
no,
Sure.
I mean,
And
No, no, let him move.
the easier way to explain
By the
this
next
is when you
day-
fucking Nick, when you fucking pull out a fucking weed and you don't pull out the fucking roots, it'll sprout the fuck back up. Same shit happens when you cut your hair.
No.
If you fucking cut it, there's shit still there. It'll fucking grow back. Fuck you.
Yeah, but
Fuck your
the
analogies.
reason why people think that it's not the reason people think that it grows back faster is that it doesn't actually grow back faster. It's just that it gets smushed into your skin, and by the next day, it comes back out, and it looks like, oh, it
What?
grew like insanely fast.
What? Nick!
What?
You
What?
can't think that.
What? It gets smushed into your skin,
No!
and then by the
No!
next day, it gets
No!
smushed.
No!
Or like usually you use like a shaving
No!
cream or something, which also like,
Nick!
keeps it there. And then by the
No!
next day,
No!
it comes back out because it stops getting
That's
smushed
not.
in.
No, Nick!
That's how
You
it
can't tell
works.
me you think that's correct in any way, shape, or
That's how
form.
it works, though.
No, it's not.
That's how it works, though.
Your explanation is bullshit.
Oh,
Like, Chris,
my
it makes
God.
sense. Like, by the next day, it's not. It like turns back to
No!
itself and then comes back.
No!
It
Think
stops
about what
getting
you
smushed.
said. Think about what you.
I'm listening to myself speak, Chris.
You're
I know
not.
what I'm saying. I know
No, you're
what I'm
not.
saying.
No, you
Hey,
don't.
It makes sense. This is how
I am,
hair works.
No, you don't. No, you don't fucking shave and push the hair back into yourself, and then
No,
it falls
no,
back
no,
out
no,
the
no,
next
the
day.
hair getting
What the
pushed
fuck
back
is
in.
wrong?
The hair
What the
getting
fuck
pushed
is
back
wrong
in.
with you?
Hair getting pushed back in is a side effect of the shaving.
No, it's a side effect.
Yeah?
Oh,
hard to believe
I'm gonna
that.
have a fun time with this.
Oh.
I'm gonna recommend everybody watch this fucking podcast just
What's
for this
so hard
section.
to believe about that?
This is this itself is a highlight. Somebody needs
Yeah?
to cut. I'm gonna fucking cut this. Why don't we
tell
fucking
you
upload?
how this works. But the act of cutting the hair means it falls off your face and does not get pushed back into you.
No. You're misunderstanding,
I-
alright?
No,
So
no, we're not.
Your
Yeah.
hair, you drag a razor across your skin. The parts of the
Yes.
razor that doesn't cut off the hair smushes it back into your beard or back
No.
into your skin.
No,
Yeah.
Nick,
Oh
it doesn't
my
work. Here's what happens.
Like-
Let me tell you exactly the process. What happens when you use a razor? It
Yeah.
cuts off the hair as much as it can to the roots. The roots are in your face, so they keep growing new hair. Facial hair grows extremely fast. That shit that you think is being pushed back in is actually entirely new hair. Nothing gets pushed back into your face, Nick. Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
You know what that
This
would be
is
called?
wild.
That would be called ingrown hair if that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened. That's yeah.
That's what that is. When the hair gets pushed back in and it keeps growing out and new shit keeps growing as well, that's ingrown hair. What you're describing is the act of like fucking putting a razor on your face and then the hair saying, "Oh shit, boys, time to retreat," and then going straight back into your face.
Alright, look.
No, Nick, you can't salvage
What?
this.
Are
You're
you
fucking.
know what I think
you
this is?
don't.
I think
No.
Nick's parents really like to fuck with him, and they just tell him all this asinine shit.
No,
And he
I thought of
believes
this
it?
myself.
Yeah, that's also-
That makes it worse. That makes it worse.
Alright, so,
I am so glad I
You know,
Because I
you know.
would pay
Actually, I would expect this from you. I kind of expect it. You know what, Nick? You're wrong. This is
the fucking Gavin of
Move
the
on
group.
if you're weak. Yeah.
Assad,
Yeah, no,
dude.
he's Gavin. He's Gavin.
Dude, Assad.
Can you be British for us?
What do you use to cut down a tree? A saw.
There. You don't use a saw to cut down a tree. You use that to cut apart the wood.
Dude, a saw.
What
I want
universe
you
do
to
you use
die.
a saw to cut down a tree?
It's a joke. It's to be able to say a saw, dude.
All right.
Like,
I don't even understand what you're saying. So
alright,
Go.
so recently
Go.
I've been using this greeting, and I think a lot of other people have. It's known as a saw, dude.
I don't want to know.
I don't know how I got first introduced to it by Tim the Tatman, who is a streamer. He's like Assad, and for some reason,
It sounds like you're
everyone
mixing, like,
like
English
a bunch,
and like, Chinese.
like a bunch of people know about this, and I'm just like Assad, dude, and they're like just like, oh hey, Assad, dude, Assad, dude, and specifically one person at school, Jordan, the guy whose name I couldn't remember, that guy.
Michael Jordan's at your school. What?
No. What? Anyway, that guy, me and him have a thing going on. We're like, Assad, dude, Assad, dude. Whenever we see each other, it's fun because it's like, Assad, dude.
I'm glad I'm not in school anymore. Because if I had saw shit like that, I'm pretty sure I would have punched someone in the face.
Like, I like Assad, dude, but I don't like dab.
Like every time I say
No.
that, I get the strong inclination to punch you in the teeth.
But what if I don't have teeth?
I would punch you in the gums. It's not that hard.
But what if I don't have a head?
Fucking, that just means I did my job correctly.
Sure. Anyway, yes,
Fucking-
I've been saying Assad, dude, a lot more, and it's fun.
Those are the breeding ground for bad memes.
Yeah.
Like mosquitoes. And then, of course, you're actively participating in them. Do you also tell people that fucking your hair goes down into your face as well? Is that a meme as
You're
well?
the first ones I've told about this, and will probably be the last ones I tell about this.
What,
Except
tell
you
about
told
what?
the internet.
The Assad or the ingrown or the hair thing.
Hair thing.
The hair thing, yes.
You gotta
Oh,
cut
hey,
it
why
out,
is,
Nick,
like,
you gotta leave
10
it in like
minutes-
a man.
Why is 10 minutes of the podcast gone?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
leave it in because it's funny as shit.
You should
Me
leave
being
it
Well-
in.
an asshole, idiot
Ba-
guy.
both
Leave it
fucking super time episode, whatever. Bad grooming tips.
Sure.
Just push the hair back into your face. It'll grow back out tomorrow.
All right, so this podcast has peaked. So downhill from here.
I don't think that's a peak. I think that's a fucking valley.
Huh? Like that's the low point of the podcast?
Yes.
No. See, the thing about the podcast is, you know, we start low, and we just somehow
Get
keep
low,
on
get
going
low.
further, lower. I don't fucking
Sounds
know
the
how
same.
it works. I don't know how it
So-
works, but we go lower.
So we're
Oh,
somehow
boy.
gonna go lower than a
So-
valley?
We're gonna go lower than Nick's fucking facial hair?
Probably.
What did you think that fucking hair that fell off your face was?
I thought that was hair that got cut off.
So where in your logic was there place for hair retreating into your face?
We're
The
gonna
part that
continue on.
didn't get
We're
cut
gonna
off.
continue.
Except that you cut it off exactly where it starts, though. Where is there more hair? Where is this magical extra hair?
My thinking
you
was
just
that
push it
it
in.
doesn't actually
push
like get
it in.
all of it. Like whatever's left over just gets smushed in. Like sometimes,
So-
sometimes a razor doesn't cut off all the hair, and so the whatever else doesn't get cut off just gets smushed back in.
So it's all
No.
uniform, even if you cut it unevenly?
You
So,
know,
like,
you know,
you fucking do a weird patch job where, like, it's uneven in certain areas, but because he got cut by a razor, it pushes it back down?
Yeah.
Your hair
Nick.
is sentient?
Nick
No.
Nick. This is low.
Oh my god.
Maybe.
Nick,
Anyway,
this is,
I am
this is pretty low
other
for you.
things
being
did this
highlighted
week.
somewhere sometime.
Other things that
Oh
happened.
yeah, this
week.
is a highlight. People need to know about this.
Anime clubs kind of having an identity crisis.
What does that mean?
Wait, what?
How does
It's having
one-
an identity
How
crisis?
does a fucking
I didn't know.
how does
this.
an amalgamation of people under one idea have an identity crisis?
Like,
Very
the
easily.
idea of an
because we have
anime
no
club
idea
is
what
having
we're
an
doing.
identity crisis. Yeah.
We have
Like,
no idea
in
what we're
past
doing.
years, we've also had no idea what we were doing. We just did what sounded like fun. Like, for instance, we'd bring in video games, even though it's not really related to anime. We'd bring
Could
in,
be.
like, we'd watch anime, and then watch anime, and then watch anime, and then watch anime, and then sometimes talk about anime. Like, what the hell is an anime club supposed to do other than just watch anime?
Discuss it.
Literally, you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, but that kinda doesn't seem like enough is the thing.
Well, yeah, because we don't have any. I don't know. Yes.
We've been doing the same thing for the past couple years now, where we just like, oh hey, watch this anime. Oh hey, that was good, and then we stop, and then everyone's like goes into their own groups that they've created in the club, and then just nobody talks to each other. So it's over the years it's been increasingly more difficult to find different things to do. Like for instance, we do Jeopardy, but the problem with Jeopardy is that it's really hard to come up with a lot of questions that people are like good questions on a regular basis. So we kind of have to split that apart.
Pull names
That's because the
out of
media
the hat. You could just pull name. You could just ask for help from the club members.
I
Yeah,
know,
but then
like,
the people that
we
get pulled randomly aren't gonna want to do it.
like we already had like a voting for like anime. Wait, no, Jeopardy. What am I talking about? Yeah, like we don't have enough things to do. We kind of are stuck in this rut where we just like do the same things again and again, and like the special things, for instance, Jeopardy, parties, all that. Those are too far in between like the regular meetings where we just like, oh hey, watch an anime, done.
You know, as I served my time at that high school, I had only ever heard of the anime club. I don't think I ever even heard of another club happening.
There were other clubs.
There was once a running club. That's
there was
and then that got canceled.
There's a
really
Glee
soon
club,
afterwards.
astronomy club, math club.
Okay, yeah, there was a Glee Club. What do you think everyone else does, though? They do, like, one thing. Like, Glee Club, they sing. They fucking pick a song, they probably learn to sing, and that's it. They maybe perform somewhere. You're pretty much serving your function. Anime Club is basically just do something revolved around anime and then dick around. You know, anime is a limited resource.
He feels like he's getting stale and he doesn't want to face attendance dropout from the staleness.
Oh, fucking...
Yeah,
It seems like all you do is Jeopardy and sometimes watch an anime.
He also sometimes play games.
Yeah, video games.
I don't know, that seems like a big variety compared to, like, any of the other clubs.
I guess. It's just, it doesn't feel like we're doing enough to, like, advance the club. I don't know.
Is this maybe because you're now in charge of a part of the club?
Maybe? Though I think I felt this way for like since the end of sophomore year, where like this was basically the same structure as last year, and then end of junior is like that was the same structure as the previous 2 years, and now I'm actually in a leadership position and I could potentially change something. It's like, what the hell am I gonna do to change this?
Well, look
I don't know.
objectively at the problem.
Nothing, because you're the game director and have effectively zero
I know,
decision.
but
I have a feeling that anyone could say anything and they have just as much influential power as does at this point.
No,
so
not really.
it probably is
Not
to
really.
make benefit.
Not really. The real benefit of him being game director is he's actually talked to and he's actually
Like-
talked to when it comes to decisions affecting the entire club.
like I am more of a vice president
What?
than the actual vice president is.
So what let's just expound about that. What problems or what have they come to talk to you about in terms of changing the course of the club?
Really, just like different ways to engage people besides just watching anime. Like this week or this upcoming week, we're gonna try to do a discussion topic of some sort because those have worked
Yeah.
pretty well
No,
in the past. Like for instance, in the past we did one meeting on anime or no con
Did I say
etiquette. I think I've told you guys about that before.
Yeah, that one made sense. That made
Yeah,
sense because
like-
it was kind of around it, but it's also useful in several other facets.
Yeah, like
I
we're
just
trying to find.
The thing about Anime Club is I cannot see people sitting around and talking about one topic. It makes no sense to me.
Like it would be
like,
a
I could never do
wide-ranging
that.
topic of some
Oh
sort.
shit!
I still couldn't see people just like sitting around talking about it. It makes no sense to me. Like that's the reason I stayed away from clubs in general is because fucking sitting around and talking about one specific thing seemed very weird, especially anime, because that seems like more something you would just enjoy at home and that's it. The fucking general concept is so foreign to me.
Just like anime is, because it's in Japan. Anyway,
Fucking, I don't know. I think like discussion topics would be a horrible idea. You need something more active and probably something that doesn't require everybody. Like if it's a fucking, optional activities would probably be the best thing. If you
Like-
want to participate, participate. If you want to go fuck off, fuck off. But make it enticing enough to where people actually want to participate. Forced activities seem bad.
Don't force
Yeah.
anything. Start forcing shit.
It's like
start
fucking forcing someone to help you with something. They're going to be less inclined to do it, thus making everything weird and bringing the general experience down. So optional activities that are enticing, that's vague enough, but also hard to do.
yeah, I suppose. I mean, when it comes to the discussions, like you don't have to participate. In fact, with all of our activities, you don't have to participate. Like, there's a few people where when we played games up on the board, they were like, "Yeah, we just want to talk." And I was like, "All right, sure." We found some friends.
Because it's kind of like what we do with our fucking anime thing. It's like, okay, fucking, if you haven't watched the anime, participation's kind of weird, so you don't really do much, and you just kind of sitting there like, what the fuck is everyone talking about?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. This past week they were watching anime, and I just fucking pulled out my laptop and watched my own shit.
Yeah, like we're trying to avoid that where
To
people are
avoid
just, like-
avoid somebody giving up on what the fucking club is
Have
doing.
you
yeah,
not covering
because-
parodies like DBZA?
Man, you just gotta roll with it. You gotta understand that this is that specific thing happening is an inevitability. Even
I
with
mean,
that,
yeah, it's
because-
happened every year where at least like one person just comes in and like gets on their laptop and does whatever.
Well, no, but I'm talking about generally people just not giving a fuck
Giving
about
a shit.
what the club is currently doing.
Yeah,
Watching
I mean, it's
anime,
inevitable.
watching anime, it's like maybe the majority vote, which is mainly just who won by 1 or 2 votes
Hey,
at this.
What about a fucking, oh, I'm just brainstorming ideas for activities.
Yeah,
Fucking, what about fucking fan anime content? Like the fucking parodies like Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged and Dragon Ball Abridged. What about AMVs?
all
What if
kind of-
you had a contest for like, fucking by the end of the year, make an AMV and we'll hold an AMV contest?
That could work. The only problem is
It
I don't know.
could,
I don't know if
but,
people
like-
have. I don't know if there's enough people with the technical expertise.
Yeah, like
It's
most people
not that hard.
seem like they're
You
into
need a basic
computers,
editing
but, like,
software.
don't see.
Well, that's why you fucking probe information, see how many people would even be willing to do something like that, because it is
Yeah.
participation based. I don't know. That's all I'm going to
Well,
brainstorm right now
We've
because I'm
tried
done
to
thinking about that
tried to
shit.
do stuff like that before. There was
There was the manga contest. Like
there
make
was
a
the
manga.
manga contest, and then
See,
there
that
was
one takes a bit more work.
Yeah, no one participated
Well-
in that. Like, I
well,
think
yeah, but then
Ian
there was
the main
also- there was
proponent
al-
for it.
There was also the original character contest, which is far less
Oh
work.
yeah,
Which was
That
which is
Don't do
far
that
less.
shit.
that one was actually kind of fun because everyone was just like, "Fuck it, let's make the silliest thing ever."
Well,
Like,
yeah,
crawl in a
because
box.
no one did shit about it. It was like, so I guess they announced it, and it was like, this is kind of a cool thing, and then the day of it happened, and it was just like, oh shit, it's happening now. Okay, let's just draw this shit on the board, I guess.
We also had a thing once where it was like, "Oh hey, everyone's gonna put a piece of the story in this like notebook," and then
Oh,
it got
that was didn't that end up
with
pretty
that
bad?
original character from that original place.
I think
Bad Libs
did that
did.
go on for like 2 weeks and then die horribly.
Yeah, like 2 people did it, and then we're like, nobody else wants to do it. I was like, oh shit, nobody else wants to do it.
See, that's the problem. Either some of it's like cringy enough to where people don't want to do it, or there's just too low participation, or one and the same. So you run into that problem too much with anime-related activities. That's why the fucking general idea of the club just seems to fall flat on its face.
Yeah. But, you know,
I'd say just
as
make
a
it a fuck it, do whatever you want club.
You know,
I
as
mean,
a
that's
testament
what
to
it's been the past.
As
So
a
leave it
testament-
as it is. I honestly think it's fucking polished itself to be the best it could ever be.
Yeah, no. I
suppose.
mean, to its testament,
It's a
it's the
rolling
longest
stone in the river.
standing. It's the longest standing club on the campus, apart from the other.
Oh yeah, by far.
Apart from the other more academically supported institution.
Like, our club has
academically
been
supported
going
club.
for 5 years now. Anime club.
If you even
Keeps,
count the other things as clubs, there's
People seem to think that being content with how something is bad, like it's stagnant, like you're not
Yeah,
improving.
I know. Like,
But sometimes that's the best option.
I know. Like, I've heard it a lot of times with YouTubers where like they constantly think that their channel is dying when actually it's like in the perfect place and they shouldn't change
Like,
anything because nothing's wrong.
A perfect example of that and that going wrong is Ray William Johnson. He was one of the maybe the biggest YouTuber for some time, and he wasn't content with how he was, so he fucking made a music channel, and that got to be the biggest music channel in the fucking thing. But he wasn't content with that, so he went off and did some fucking fan project thing, or like some movie thing. That did fairly well, but then he fucking said, "I'm not good with that," and then he fucking dropped off the face of the earth. And then the people that took over his other shits fucking failed horribly. If he had just kept with what he was doing, he would have still been big.
It's a
But hey.
weird feeling because I've never experienced like not progressing before. Like, I feel like Anime Club has kind of hit a wall, but at the same time, like that wall seems like it's the best place for it to be, which feels terrible because you want to just keep progressing it and don't want to become stagnant. But you're in the perfect
But
spot.
the thing is that's the best choice. There's no reason to want to improve it because you can't improve it because of what the situation and context of like who your members are and what you're based around doesn't leave much for improvement. You're actually probably got further than you should have.
Yeah.
Just leave it as it is. Maybe sometimes do some stuff, but nothing big, nothing game-changing. And that's what people want. People enjoy same. They like similarity. They like being stagnant.
I mean,
It
it has
works.
definitely changed. There's been definite change, especially with ski.
Well, that's inevitable. It's inevitable that there's going to be some change, but we're talking about overarching change, general direction changes, large leaps. Changing of staff and management is always inevitable, but that's expected.
No, but like, I wasn't. There were. Not here, Nick. Not talking.
No, I'm here. I'm just listening for now.
Oh, because your fucking circle was green, and I was like, is he fucking... Can I just not hear him?
Oh, no.
It's sometimes...
Okay. Like the club changed majorly for me. I wasn't present last year, junior year, so I wasn't present for like the change. But for freshman and sophomore year, the club was more or less dick around. Maybe we do shit. So now it seems to be now it's slightly more organized, where it's like, so we're gonna do shit today, guys. We're gonna watch anime. We're gonna do something, and it seems like it's slightly more prepared than it was before. There's also infinitely less chaos.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's been less rowdy this year.
Freshman and sophomore year were pretty great.
The question is people like it more or less comparatively?
I don't know, because there's not enough people who have.
There's more people now. I can definitely say that. There's more people now than there's ever been before.
No.
I mean, isn't that product of there being more students now, though?
It could be.
The most we have ever had was beginning of junior year, because I think our class size at that time was 30 something. Now it's around 16, 17, around there. And
it's hard to say the limited sample size that you do have,
yeah.
But I'm willing to say it's just because it's there. They're just kind of going with the flow. That's what I would think. I don't know. You could fucking survey this shit if you were truly dedicated.
To be fair, freshman and sophomore year was like a core group of like 5 or 6 people.
Yeah, it was small back then.
And then junior year, at some point, it fucking exploded. I attended like a total of like 15 minutes of meetings, but each of the meetings I went to was basically the room was a lot. There was a lot more people. There was like at least triple the amount of people there were.
Yeah,
now we've got a decent amount of people still fucking
like
around.
Every meeting we had like 2 groups of D&D, and then like another group other way up in other places just doing whatever. Like each group was going on different quests with 2 different DMs. It was interesting, but it wasn't really like anime club. It felt like everybody was like split up into their own groups, which it isn't a bad thing. It just doesn't feel like an anime club.
That's why I think it's so weird that it's branded as an anime club, because I don't think that's what people are there for.
Yeah, no, like we have.
Oh, no,
like, only reason
that's like the unifying umbrella. It's
like
you're there.
But
like everyone has a general interest in anime, but then as the time goes on, people are like, "Oh, hey, I like this as well." Like our club is more of like a fandom club or like a geek club than it is just strictly anime club.
I mean, you could literally fucking call it the facial hair and grooming club, but if it held the same content, people would still come.
Yeah.
And you probably learn a thing or two about your fucking facial hair.
Oh yeah. A way we tried to rectify having
you said
haha. Yeah, I did. We tried to rectify the whole oh hey, Anime Club is not really doing anime things, it's just doing D&D for the most part. We tried moving D&D to its own separate day, but then
that worked for a while, from what I've heard.
It worked for about 3 weeks, and then people were starting to be assholes about it, like talking over people. Like it was basically a game. It was basically like one of our games, but the people didn't know each other well enough to double
the people and 100% more salt.
Yeah, and they didn't know enough about D&D as well to like actually be able to function with D&D.
Like we do know each other, so we generally know what direction each person's going to go. Ian's gonna be the good guy. And that's all the directions I have. Everyone else just kind of fucks around.
It's not necessarily the directions each of us is gonna go. It's just like the rapport we have with each other.
Once
Like,
again, Super
Ian's
Spirits
gonna be the good guy.
Once
like,
again,
we've talked
Super
with
Spirits.
each other. We've talked with each other enough to where, like, if we're an asshole to each other, we know that it's just like, oh yeah, you're an asshole to me. But when it's like with a bunch of people in a club, it's not the same type of feeling. Like, we probably would have been able to achieve that if we had continued to keep it going for like a long time. But the problem with that was when people didn't show up, and we were like, hey, you need to have some dedication to the club if you're gonna keep coming to D&D. But then people didn't show up, and they were like, okay, at least tell us that you're not gonna be here before the club actually starts. That way we can like find a way to
plan. We can plan on making your character not be productive.
Yeah, contingency plan. But then people didn't do that. And then we eventually had like a side quest game to the main game because people weren't showing up. But then that side quest game, people wanted to do more, so we ended up doing the side quest game more than the main game, and it was just a fucking shithole. And then some days, like, we weren't technically a club. We were just a couple, like, we weren't officially with the
What the
we're
fuck's
not
going on?
we're not officially a club, or the D&D club was not officially a club with like the with district or the school even. It was just like us hanging out in another.
It was
room.
like a subsection of anime club that met on
Right.
Wednesdays.
Everyone still called it anime club. Everyone was supposed to, instead of like D&D club or whatever. Like, you weren't supposed to talk about D&D club because it wasn't actually a thing we were supposed to be doing.
First rule D&D club, don't talk about D&D club.
Don't talk about it.
Exactly.
Don't talk
Which
about it.
leads me to my next point. Anime club turns out is not actually a club.
That's okay.
Like,
By like official recognition
by like
or
by like district or like school, it's not technically a club. In past years
So-
it has been, but Skiba told me that she didn't actually do. I don't think she did the paperwork to actually like officially make us a club.
Huh.
So it's kind of just like we were clubs in past years, so we're
no.
just a club this year as well.
Well, the
I
thing is,
mean,
that
I
doesn't matter.
imagine there's something like that. I imagine that just kind of works. We were
I
here
mean,
last year,
really-
we're here this year.
I mean, really, it doesn't matter too much. It's just that whenever we wanted to do a fundraiser, we'd have to actually sign up for it. Like, for instance, in the latter half of senior
we
year,
ever
they
done a
have senior
fundraiser?
auction. And funds from senior auction go to clubs, or at least I've been told. And so to actually
They
participate
probably
in
don't have
the senior auction,
but this
Do you
much-
think we would? Do you think if we were even registered as a club, they would actually give us fucking money?
I think
So what,
they
you can buy
do.
a second rice cooker?
I don't think they would. I don't think they
mean,
did
that-
any of the years they did senior auction.
Isn't that like like the senior says I put the money towards this?
Yeah, it also depended on the senior.
Yeah.
So like fucking regardless, I don't think they're gonna say, "Oh, you're not actually a physical club. We're not gonna." They're gonna just give you the money.
I mean, yeah, but I
They
don't
let
know.
you, the thing is, also, school doesn't fucking have like a fucking oh, you need to be in a club or some shit. So it doesn't matter that you're not a club.
Correct.
They're still gonna let you meet. They're still gonna give you funds if you somehow earn them. You're gonna buy a second fucking rice cooker.
Yeah, we need 2 of those.
Actually, I don't think I've seen the rice cooker this
Don't
year.
fuck.
Actually,
Someone stole the
try
rice
to just-
cooker.
I think
You know,
Alexis
Alexis
took
just
it with
has
her.
it, never gave it to
Yeah.
anyone.
So you actually need another rice cooker.
I think we
We
did
don't.
shit.
Don't, because no one gives a fuck. I don't think people really cared for the rice anyway.
Actually, I think we're substituting it with a popcorn maker because
Oh,
Um,
Westernized.
That's Riley's, and it's
Yeah.
not technically the club's.
it's not technically clubs.
We don't have a club.
Also, we've tried to do fundraisers in the past, but it ends up just not working out because like, oh, the date doesn't work out, or not enough people
The
are
fuck
like
you
gonna
mean?
actually participate in it. Or
No,
like,
it doesn't
hey,
work
this other
out
club has
because
already
nobody gives-
scheduled a thing for this week, so we can't do it. Shit.
Doesn't work out because nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
That's because no one fucking came up in the middle of the year or the fucking beginning of the year and said, "Hey, give us a fucking thing to fundraise." Sure, what week? Fucking this week, cool. You didn't do that. Now it's too late. Now everyone's already done their shit.
Yeah, no,
You're
like
probably gonna find some week, but still.
there were several talks of fundraisers happening, but nobody ever did shit about it. It was like, we should do a fundraiser. Yeah. All
Here are
right.
all these
That's
ideas and
all
shit.
that's all that happened. That was essentially all that happened. We should do a fundraiser. Yes.
I mean, who's gonna
Get
oppose doing
the
a
end of it.
fundraiser?
That was the end of it. Nobody fucking took anything further than that.
People who don't want to do the fundraiser. Lots of you
True.
don't want to do the work. Plus, what the fuck is a high school class gonna do for a fucking fundraiser?
I don't fucking know. Like, bake sales
Yeah.
have been the most common thing.
Bike sailing.
How about an assassination
You're cutting out. Say again.
fucking? Why not make an assassination service?
I mean, we could, and it would be kind of anime themed because there are anime about assassinating people. Like How I Got Killed, for instance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give us the
Assassination
name of
classroom.
someone you want dead. We're gonna come to their house and stab them with a knife 13.
Oh,
Then
yeah, fun.
fucking pay us. We'll burn your house down to secure the evidence, and then boom.
Yay.
A hitman
Anyway,
get a nice money. It's fucking, you pursue that career. It's pretty worth it.
I mean, considering that you're doing something illegal, it better be worth it. Unless you just
Voters.
get high off of killing people.
They get fucking health benefits.
Do they really?
I don't know.
Haven't you been a hitman all your life?
I've played Hitman.
Absolution?
Yeah, I've one of them. I don't know which. Fucking, what else did you do your week?
Not necessarily what I did this week, but what our school did this week.
Oh,
So
They
for the
fucking
past-
sell-
nothing. So, here we go.
Hang on.
They,
hang on.
So no,
Chris,
no.
We're talking
I'll
about
take
two
it, I'll
different
take
things here. We're talking about two different things here, Chris.
No,
How
we're not.
do you
I'm
know?
going.
So,
No, I'm going.
administration at our school has basically been a revolving door ever since, like, the start of junior year.
All right,
Like-
explain that.
So, Davis left. Davis was kicked out, and so we had a couple of vice principals come in. Left. Now we have the new vice principals. Now the principals, the vice principals, now the principal, and also fucking who the fuck was her name? Front desk lady. She's gone too. So we have a new front desk lady. And now the fucking vice
Sure,
principal's gone, and the fucking admissions lady was gone. So that's
Oh,
two
and-
people. We've entirely
So-
replaced the office at this point.
So, from the beginning of junior year, we've had 7 different vice principals, and now we've had a new front desk lady, a new administration lady, and a new principal. So
Yep, and
basically,
the vice principal. I think the vice principal just walked out. I think she walked out
she
already.
just quit because she lives 45 minutes away, and she said that
That's a bitch move. Fucking.
and she said that
You know what?
she has like an 8-year-old child, and she said that that this child is the first one at daycare and the last one to leave from daycare, like every day. Like originally she was just supposed to be like vice principal with the other vice principal, which by the way that other vice principal is now the principal. And so they were just child person vice principal was just supposed to be there on Thursday, Friday, and that was it. So she only had to make the trek 2 days a week. But then she got promoted to like vice principal, and then
yeah,
she had to come here
full
5 days a
time.
week. Right.
So, I don't know. I live within 30 to 45 minutes, and I don't make the drive. Somebody drive for me, but I go to school.
Yes, but do you have a child, Christopher? I know you don't, so don't lie.
It depends on your definition of child. No, I don't.
Not talking about animals. We're illegitimate children.
Yeah, no.
Or siblings.
I do have a sibling. Know of her.
Yep. That's why I mentioned it.
Fucking this
Anyway.
school also. Fucking to be noted, this school isn't even 3 years old at this point. The building.
Building. No, it is.
Oh,
It is.
building's 3 years. Their building's near 4
It's.
years old. It opened its doors to us freshman year. So
That's
Right,
right. Because I remember I was living around the area when that was being built. I'm like, oh, what are they building there? And that turned out to be the school I went to.
It is 3 years and 2 months old at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really new building as well. So that whole fucking thing is like new building, new staff, new fucking everything, and everything's going to shit.
oh yeah, no, it's heavily going to shit.
You know, everything's been going to shit for like the past couple of years as well.
Yeah,
At least in administration.
getting
Yeah.
audited and all that shit. We've talked
Oh, yeah.
extensively about that.
Getting
We've
audited,
also had
getting
a
audited.
pretty high-
The front desk ladies just hand out shit to whoever asks.
We've also had a
Oh.
pretty high turnover rate of teachers.
What does that mean?
Wait. Well,
Like,
I mean,
teachers.
to be fair, it's mostly due to medical reasons.
Yeah.
For the
Oh,
it's mostly
yeah,
due
we
to
had
medical.
teachers with a lot of problems.
Well, like Mr. Fitz, I believe his name is your guys' I don't know. He fucking
Not
left, so that
He was not
Yeah,
here
no,
though.
it
He
was
was
a-
like there the first freshman year, and that was it.
yeah. Mr. Fitz was a dude. Like he left. Then there was the other, I forget his name. Biology teacher.
Other
Angelitas.
biology teacher.
Angelitas. Angelitas was there. He fucking left due to personal reasons. And now we have Houston. Houston managed to stay a year.
Yeah.
Math sing, not
I know.
not
I know.
the yeah.
Somehow
Math
have
sing.
two students.
Yeah, Math Singh went to go have a baby and then just didn't come back. Actually,
Mhm.
she was going to come back, but she didn't. She thought she had enough. She thought she had enough influence to basically ignore the rules, and they said "fuck you, rules are rules," and told her she couldn't come back. She's
Oh.
out. Yeah, no, she looked like she was gonna have a baby and like stuff, blah blah blah. She was gone too long. Mr. Moore, who was the geometry teacher, he had
Bad hip.
yeah, bad hip, had to go get surgery and stuff, so he got replaced with Dr. Norton. And
Slightly creepy guy.
Dr. Norton
also-
just walked out.
Yeah. I don't even know the reason why he walked out. He just left one day.
Yeah,
Like,
the teacher that replaced Singh also also left. Curly went to have a baby. She should be back.
Right.
Ski left early, and Fulton also left early.
Fulton left because the hours were getting longer.
Ski just left because
It's like this school has an equal balance of like older teachers with health problems and younger teachers that are getting fucking pregnant. Or have been pregnant.
Yeah,
yeah,
actually.
then you have the middle of the road teachers who are just dying.
Yeah.
I mean, administration's, like we said, horrible. Not a big surprise
Yeah,
people are leaving.
It's horrible. Like another thing that's going bad is there was a whole thing about seniors doing their own scheduling.
Oh god.
And
yeah.
it's not happening. It's not happening pretty well. I know of like I don't know. There's a couple of seniors I know that have gotten their paperwork back.
I actually did, and it actually came out fine, surprisingly. But like most other people's didn't.
Wait, what? You know people who've already failed? That's great.
Or like there was like one class like, hey, you actually don't meet the graduation requirement, so I'm just gonna sit down with you and go through it with you, so that way you can actually graduate.
Yeah, no, I haven't been fucking talked to, so I'm getting fucked hard. I'm gonna get.
All right, yeah. They called up
getting-
a lot of people on Friday for it.
Yeah, I think another big. I don't know. They're probably being smart about it. I don't know.
Hopefully.
I haven't gotten called up yet, so I'm just kind of stewing. I'm waiting to unleash a hellstorm because my family's not too patient, so eventually one of them's gonna come fucking around the school and start screaming in the office. I'm just gonna be like, please. I have one more semester here. Don't you fuck this up for me. Don't fuck this up for me just because scheduling needs to happen. I mean, it kind of does. I'm, you know, it's just horrible shit. They haven't been doing a whole lot. Like, it was due. They gave it to us last week, and then the principal went on a vacation. And it was supposed to be due Monday. It was supposed to be due Monday, but then they gave us a week extension on it when it was due. And then the next day they came into class and demanded the packets. They're like,
Really?
yeah, no, they came in and was like, all right, who you still have your packets? Some people raised their hands. All right, give them to us. Doesn't matter.
Wait,
Doesn't matter how
I don't think did they actually demand them, or just like whoever's finished so I can give it to us?
I honestly wasn't paying too much attention. They just kind of said
It was
give
probably
it to us.
that.
Yeah, just said give it to us. So
Gotta understand this. Some people are overachievers. They tend to get shit done at the first possible date, as opposed to the last one. I had people like that in my classes. Like, oh, we have a week extension, but I'm already done.
yeah, so I'm just hoping I don't get fucked out of the thick of going to.
Time will tell.
Well, yeah, and that's another.
So what
big,
else
That's
you
another
do?
big. Dude, Nick.
Other thing I did, not necessarily what I did, but somebody else did. So the girl.
Oh, it's not that.
What?
No. Jokes.
I think I've narrowed down the girl you're interested in.
She was in club on Thursday, if that gives you an indication. Which
No,
probably
really?
Doesn't.
It's probably the only
I
one
mean,
you have contact with.
I thought she was a club on Thursday. You know, I was like paying attention to certain shit. I think I know who she is now.
All right.
Oh.
Anyway, she got asked out by another dude. However,
Hey, Lamau.
However, this dude is very bad. By bad, I mean
Bad?
bad, like creepily bad.
Okay.
So,
We talking like fedora
He is asked-
tipping, neckbeard?
like, I gotta give him some credit because it takes a lot of confidence and courage to do this, but it's still kind of like really bad that he's doing it. He has asked out most of the freshman girls and got turned down every single time.
Why
And
is that bad?
Because he just keeps going along with it. And according to the girl that I'm trying to get with, once she said no, she said that he didn't really get the message. Like, hey, I'm not interested. But wait, let me just keep talking to you, even though you're not interested in me. I'm just gonna keep talking. And he also has this issue where he just talks about politics, and that's it. Like, oh yeah, Trump is the best person ever.
No wonder he's not a fucking hit with the ladies. Who the fuck wants to talk about the horrible shit that's going on right now?
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Oh, a lot of people.
And he's vehemently like, oh, hey, I'm going to convince you of this
No,
viewpoint
no.
that I'm just going to
No, but
bring
how
you
many-
in on out of nowhere.
How many high school students do you think are actually ingrained in this?
Probably
in
just him.
In my time in high school, I met a myriad of people that would talk religion, politics, history with me.
But you're a senior. You're a senior.
Before senior year.
You're a senior, and you deal mostly with seniors. So you're going into the world.
What I'm talking about is a freshman
year.
that's doing this. Like,
Okay,
most freshmen
This is a
are kind of
freshman.
yeah, they're kind of self-centered and conceited.
The point being is some people still already have the inclination to talk about things that are affecting them currently. And the presidential election is one of those things. Some people have
Correct.
families that are super into it, and then by default, they're super into it. Or not by default, but, by influence.
Correct. And
Not out of the ballpark that someone could be interested is what I'm just saying.
yeah, it's just that it seems like this is the only thing he's interested in. Like, I'm sure he's interested in other things besides politics, but he only talks about politics with, everyone. Like, he's talked to me before, and for, half an hour straight. I was like, sure, yeah, but what about this? And no, this though. And he was just
What's
like
his political
an
stance?
asshole. Full on with Trump. He thinks that he can do no wrong.
So,
even
wait, did the world like recycle? Fucking, is there a new TLG?
I'm hoping not. He does actually have the same hairstyle, though it is
What the fuck?
blonde. It's blonde instead of brown. So I mean black or whatever his hair color is. So we're good on that front. He's
So
also
TLD doesn't hide it. But TLD didn't hide it. He openly was super Trump, which is not
but
damn him
but
or
TLG also
damn
talked about things that weren't politics. Like he was also into video games. He was like, "Oh yeah, video games, yeah," or like video.
Yeah, he had.
Like I make videos.
But he was the big Trump man on campus, even the biggest
Yes.
political man on campus, where he actually gave out buttons and everything. And of course, he's actively done it on his YouTube channel with like weird fucking parody videos that are surprisingly high budget.
And I'm like, sure, go ahead. If you want to support him, go ahead. But like, try to be a bit more multifaceted in your approach, especially if you're trying to get with girls, for instance.
Because I can't blame this guy for actually doing what he's doing. It's actually not a stupid approach.
I know
because he's a freshman, right?
Correct.
That means, at least subconsciously or maybe purposely, he is attempting to get with people that are like-minded to him. He doesn't know anyone in the school, more than likely, or if not, he only knows a few people. And he's being super fucking aggressive about one topic. Meaning, if he fucking finds someone that's also interested in what he's talking about, then he's found someone of a similar interest. He's actually doing a very smart thing.
Correct. He's actually getting the word out about this. But at the same time, he's alienating most of the girls at the same time.
That is something that's gonna happen. And, it's probably not just girls either. He's probably alienating some other people that don't like him for what he's doing. However, that's what you gotta do to find like-minded people. I'd rather have fucking been alienated from everybody and just like, oh, hey, you guys play Yu-Gi-Oh! I play Yu-Gi-Oh! That's essentially what happened. I didn't talk to anybody before I met you fuckers.
I mean, finding like-minded people is kind of hard to do, especially if it's like politics. So I can definitely see like his thinking behind it, but you would think that after, like, I don't know if he's actually serious or not about like actually getting with a girl, because it seems as though he's only tried this one method and that's it.
Maybe that's all he knows. I don't know. I fucking commend him.
I mean, yeah, it takes a lot of courage and confidence to try the same thing with like every single. And I'm not exaggerating. Like, he's asked, I think, 75% of the freshman girls, and I think he's gonna eventually get to all of them, probably.
Move up in the next year, and then the next year, and then the next year.
Anyway, I believe that's all I did this week.
That's interesting.
Or all the topics I had this week, anyway.
Curator. Is
go.
Okay.
Go.
Oh, me. Okay. Fucking, what did I do this week? I had this week off of work, so I've just been sitting in bed doing literally anything that I could do on the internet. Fucking anime, games. It's really nothing that special. Did find some interesting things going on. Fucking, it has to do with politics, but I feel like it's relatable to us, specifically Unique. I'm going to drop a link in really quick and talk about it if... all of a sudden Chrome's not responding. Nope, here it goes. It's a Kotaku article about Donald Trump or something. Fucking feast your... Do this to me right now? You gonna
Nice
fucking
link.
freeze up?
You got there, bud. Mm-hmm. Nice.
Now curse is fucking there. So, for some reason, some advertising avenue decided, what's a great way to slander Donald Trump, so to speak? Let's make him main Hanzo.
What?
So
Wait,
they
what
used...
the fuck is this?
They used a certain... Like, they used Overwatch as a political tool to say, oh, Donald Trump mains Hanzo and blames his team. they're using like gaming terms to say, Donald Trump's not a good person. But the good thing is that they fucking drew They drew him as Hanzo and Reaper and Junkrat
I
and
see
Genji,
that.
and so it's great.
In Bastion, it's amazing.
So they actually did make this. It's a billboard up somewhere.
Yeah, no, I see the picture of it.
Yeah, it's the greatest fucking thing ever. And people are like, they should have drawn him as May. And I really wish they'd drawn him as May.
I mean, that would have been great.
This is the great side of the political meme wars.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like this election, people are using memes a shit ton to get word out. People are catching on to the internet, and it's kind of shitty. But oh well. That's one thing that's happened this week, and it makes me smile.
I like it.
Oh yeah, remember that Steam Ruby game?
Yep.
They had Juniper, isn't that the thing?
Yeah, they added Juniper to the game, or as a DLC or something. That's interesting. With the
shall
upcoming,
tech right now.
They're now playable, I guess.
Yep, with the
Juniper
fucking-
yeah.
the new season of fucking Ruby coming out, they did that. That's cool. I still won't buy the game until it's like $5. But hey,
Juniper is DLC.
yeah, that's
How much?
Dude, that's so shitty though.
Is it though?
How much?
$5.
How much is it?
Yeah, it's
Ouch,
decent.
that's not.
I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is, it's still in. Is it actually still in early access?
It's $1.20.
No,
I think it's a full. I think it's currently a full release, but I think they're just slowly
there's an easy
releasing
way to
content.
check.
Just look at it.
Does not seem like it's still under the early access
It's not.
Okay,
tag.
but
Okay,
It's
it's
a full
still.
still $20.
That's $1. So $5, about $1.25 for a character that you may or may not play.
For some reason, if you wanted to, you can buy all 3 volumes of Ruby for $23.
Ooh,
Why?
yay.
Because
I
you
don't-
want them. You don't want to have to. I don't know. You want to be official about it, and you want to be like, I want to support them.
But why not just get the physical copies then?
Because you don't fucking care for physical copies.
I suppose.
I guess that's the exact
'Cause-
situation someone would have to be in.
Oh,
Fucking
this is
say
bullshit.
that. What's bullshit?
Oh, what happened?
So in the actual like you know how on Steam when you look at the actual store page there's a bunch of screenshots of the game?
Yeah.
They show Team Juniper in the screenshots. Even though
Yeah?
Team Juniper is DLC and not playable
That
in the
they
main game.
just they added those.
I know, but that's still bullshit because it gives off the impression like, hey,
No.
I can play as John, Nora, Piera, and
It-
Ren, as well as the
You
original
know, the
game.
DLC
That's-
is on the same store page, though. It's not like they're hiding it.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
know, but
and that's kind of more or
That's
less
how
kind
every
of a
game does
standard.
it. Whenever a game
It's
gets
kind of
updated-
more or less a standard practice.
is
No,
it?
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not shitty. Whenever a game gets an update with like DLC, they have
And-
the option to add fucking pictures. And it's like, okay, yeah, we'll put some pictures up on it. But the DLC is also
Yeah.
right there, so it's not like they're hiding anything. There's also the same pictures you'll notice on the DLC, just a few more of them. That's not shady.
I don't know. It just seems like bullshit when it's like the page for the actual like main game, Grim Eclipse. Like, it just seems shady to me.
That's not shady in the least. Every game that has an update in DLC does that. I'm pretty sure, did Dark Souls do that with fucking Ashes of Arendelle? And that's not even out yet. It probably will, too. They want to show off the new shit. Also, most people
Yeah,
are already
that's-
versed in what's DLC and what's not. It's not like, oh, fucking, I don't know anything about this game, but these fucking 4 characters there, so they must be... No. Everyone looks at the DLC, or everyone should at least look at the DLC. That's what I do. That's what most people do. Most people aren't stupid.
Yes, but some are, and those are the ones I'm
Then-
somewhat worried about.
I tend
Well,
to-
they're
yeah, I
not
know.
the... They don't... No, it's not made with the malicious intent to target those idiots.
But the thing is,
Yeah.
it might be.
No, it's
It-
not.
Because most people, because here's the thing, when someone does something blatantly to target idiots, people can see it and they'll be called out on it and it gives them a bad rap. This isn't fucking, if it is, it's not blatant. And because I'm looking at it and they say, okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Most people look at it and say there's nothing wrong with that. No one's brought it up in the comments like, oh, hey, why did they put pictures up there? That's false advertising. No one says that.
But Juniper is not in the main game, this is the store page for the main game.
Yeah, but the DLC is there. The
DLC is also part of the game, though. So they're going to advertise what's a part of the game. And like I said, the DLC is also on that page, too.
But the DLC is not part of the main game. Like, you can get it as an add-on, but it's not part of, like, the main game download.
Well, look at it like this. The pictures are not part of the main game, but they're also something you can get, and they're on the main page, too. Fucking, what's the problem?
Wait, what?
Go fucking shave or something. The pic... Anyway.
Are you talking about the pictures of Team Juniper?
Yes.
Yeah, those aren't part of the main game. Those are part of the add-on DLC.
And that DLC is on the main page.
Yes, but the main page is for the main game, the main download, nothing add-ons. Why?
The only thing we need to
do other
wrong, and that's just it.
Do other DLCs get add-ons? Can you point me to a DLC where I can go to a Steam page and then it has its own Steam page of its own shit? Like entirely, like the same thing as a game. No, has the same information as a game.
And you click on Ruby Grammar Collects Juniper, it goes to a separate page for the DLC with pictures of the DLC.
Yeah, so why don't you do that? Why wouldn't you do that normally? Here, all right. For those of you who are still watching this fucking podcast, here's Nick concerned about the fucking point infinitely zero, and then there's a 1 at the end of it somewhere, % of people who are going to fucking look into this and who's going to see who's going to do something stupid and realize they didn't do it. So that's like what? When Nick does his fucking spoiler thing, you know, there's not many people that watch this fucking podcast, and the chances of spoiling it are astronomically low, but he still puts up the fucking spoiler thing. And here he is concerned about maybe the one fuck is going to look at the pictures, see Team Juniper, buy the fucking game, and be disappointed that Team Juniper is not part of the main game. What the fuck, Nick?
You know what it'd be like if Team fucking Ruby, Grim Eclipse, featuring Team Juniper, and then fucking it was DLC, then you have cost or something. But the game doesn't even fucking say, oh, they're part of the game. But the thing is, it's the... That's just fucking like this. I mean, Nick's stupid. He worries about things that no one else worries about.
Look at this way.
No, we get your concern is fractionally legitimate, but it's not enough so that it makes any fucking sense to care about. Because there's the amount of people that are gonna get hit by this, that are gonna get hit by the fact that they can't play Team Juniper by when they buy the main game is so astronomically fucking low.
Yeah, but let's take like a Steam user who doesn't know anything about Rooster Teeth. They see Grim Eclipse and like, oh hey, that looks like a cool game. Oh hey, I like the guy who's flipping around with dual pistols. Wow, I want to be that guy. Add to cart, buy the game, download the game. Oh man, now I have this game and oh, this character isn't in it. He's DLC? Screw this shit. I know that he can refund it, but maybe he gets 2 hours in and is like, oh wait, I'm not going to get this character. Damn it. And now
here's the thing.
Damn it.
A normal Steam user looks at the fucking rating. It looks at the fucking reviews. He looks at the available DLC. That's what normal people do before they buy a game. They don't just buy a game on a fucking whim.
Some people do. Like, maybe the game's on
sale. Guess what? That's their fault then. It's like saying, oh, fucking someone shot themselves because they didn't have the safety on the gun. Do you blame the gun or do you blame the fucking person who shot?
Well, was the safety broken?
No.
Oh, all right. Then you blame the person.
Exactly.
They're pointing a gun at their head.
Yeah, and that's I didn't say it was their head. Fucking, It's the fucking fault of the user, not the fucking object. If someone is going to blindly buy a game because they saw something, that's their fault. And that's entirely their fault. If they're dissatisfied because they thought something and then they were wrong, that's their fault. This in no way is by the fault of anyone who placed a picture up there of Team Juniper. It's not the fault of Steam. It's the fault of anyone who's stupid enough to buy something without reading up, looking through what's available on the main page of the game, looking at reviews, anything. By the way, this game is not the best reviewed either. It's got a lot of negative reviews for its top fucking reviews. So if someone blindly fucking bought it and didn't look at that, it's their fault entirely.
It's a
Your
very
fucking fractional concern is so small, it's not even valid in an argument.
It could be considered false advertising, though. Because false advertising, definition of false advertising is using misleading or blatantly untrue statements when promoting a product. For instance, screenshots of a game that aren't actually in the game anywhere.
No, they are in the game. They're called DLC, motherfucker.
No, they're in the DLC, not the game.
Hey,
no, what the fuck?
They're in the DLC, not the main game.
Hey, guess what, though, idiot? That's not false advertising. If it's part of the game, even if it's DLC, it's not fucking false advertising because it's in the game. That's not false advertising. But it's not part of the
main game, which is what the Steam page is promoting.
That's not what false advertising is for. It doesn't matter because it is part of the game. It doesn't matter if it's DLC or main game. It's in the game. That's not false advertising at all.
It can still be considered misleading because the main game is not like directly affected by the DLC. The DLC is an add-on.
Fucking boo-hoo. Nick wants him to slap a fucking DLC sticker on the fucking Steam page. The little picture.
Why not?
He wants him to slap a DLC. Fuck you, Nick. Nobody gives a fuck.
Look at the way Borderlands 2 did it, alright? They didn't put any screenshots of the DLC, but they put in videos of the DLC.
That's still misleading as fuck.
This is the DLC. No, it explicitly states like, hey, this is DLC, campaign add-on. Campaign add-on. It's not part of the main game. It's an add-on.
Okay, so Nick, I'm going to propose a situation. Let's say I don't know anything about Borderlands and I watched that video, but I close my eyes during the parts that say it's a DLC add-on. Do I get to see them for false advertising?
That's your fucking fault, though.
Exactly.
You didn't look at the screenshots of the video entirely. That's your fault.
Hey, guess what? You didn't look at the main page entirely. Your fault.
No, because these are actual screenshots of the game, but it's not actually of the game.
Nick, I'm so sorry for you that you have to live with your existence.
Putting in screenshots of the game that don't actually appear in the game is false advertising.
You do know the screenshots and videos are in the exact same location, right?
I do know this, yes.
You do realize that argument you've been just saying is entirely stupid, right? Like,
no, because in the video it explicitly states that it's an add-on. It's not part of the main game.
I could just as easily misinterpret that.
Add-on is defined as something extra.
Yeah.
So something that wouldn't be part of the main game.
But it's part of the game.
But it's not part of the main game.
You're correct, but it's part of the game.
But not part of the main game, which is what that page is promoting.
You are correct. But it also promotes the DLC.
All right, you actually got me there.
Boom. Yeah, you know what? I brought that up 5 times already. Fuck you. Anyway, fucking team. What I was gonna say is fucking. What are they gonna make for DLC next? Because they've already run through all the characters that are valid.
They could go through Team Sun.
I guess.
Like,
I kind of forgot they were
somewhat memorable. Or like Team Auburn, I think it's called.
What the fuck is that?
I think that's what's Evil Girl's name?
Evil Girl Cinder?
Cinder, yeah. Or Team Cinder.
No, I don't think they can do that. Unless they made like a whole campaign around it. That's the only way, because they wouldn't have them going through the same shit.
Oh, they could do a throwback team with Strick, I think it's called.
The fuck? That sounds like a sick
like
maneuver.
With Crow, Ruby's mom, Yang's dad.
That makes no sense. Do you know the context of the game?
I mean, they could just add in the characters and they would fit, I guess. I don't know.
that's a thing that happened. I'm still not buying that game. By the
Like,
way,
for instance, in pre-sequel, they added in Doppelganger Jack as like, hey, throwback character.
but he's part of the story. So it made sense that you could play as him.
But for Grim Eclipse, like, their parents are part of the story, not directly but indirectly. So it could work. They could potentially add them.
That's the main thing, though. They are indirectly. The thing with the Borderlands was there was a direct connection. You've got the character that's fucking doing everything. I don't know. Fucking whatever. I'm done with that. Fucking. Right. So Steam is really evil these days.
How
I've been
so?
noticing. Since having a job, I've got like close to $1,000. And it's like, well, I have money. And there's these games on sale. And I want these games, but I don't want to spend money. Oh shit, this game that was previously $25 is only $8. Well, guess I have to buy it. It's too big a sale to pass up. And I think I've spent close to like $100 on games like this. But I have so many games now.
Except during the summer sale.
I can't not spend money.
The seasonal sales, I mean.
I can't not spend it. It's too good.
Dude, you gotta invest.
I know. I bought Hand of Fate and Metro Last Light just recently. Both really good games. Really cheap.
Dude, save like $50 a month and put it into like a savings account.
Well, the thing is, I'm saving all my money right now, except for when I spend it.
I know, but savings accounts accrue interest as well as just like sit there. So you're making money on the money.
The way my bank account works is they fucking, because you need like $300 in your bank account, they siphon $50 every month to put into your savings account. And that's just how that works.
Oh, so it's just, so you're automatically getting like interest on that savings account.
Yeah, but the interest is so low anyway, it won't ever matter. I'll maybe get like a $2 a year if I'm lucky. I think that's everything I did. Pretty sure.
Get a dedicated savings account then instead. Like, what's it called? It's a CD, I think, certificate of deposit. Those have very high interest rates. Like, depending on the amount of time you take them, you put them in for, they have different interest rates on them. And the longer you put it in for, the more money you get back in the end.
Yeah. I'm just trying to make a computer right now, so I don't have a long-term thing in mind right now. Because as soon as I have enough money, I'm building that computer.
Okay.
Which I found out, for some reason, with NVIDIA, GTX Titan, not as good as a 1080, apparently. And somehow still more expensive.
Yeah, it goes 980, Titan, 1080, I think.
But why is the 1080 so much cheaper than the Titan?
I have no idea. I have not looked that far into it.
I have looked a little bit into it. I just looked at straight comparisons, and supposedly 1080 is just better and more cost-effective.
I don't know why it's
so I'm now cost-effective. So I get to fucking take like $550 off my total cost of my computer. So yay me.
Woohoo!
The problem is I want like 2 of them, so that's expensive as shit.
Yeah, SLI is. If you can get it, do it, because it increases your frame rate by a shit ton. But otherwise...
Hey, do you want 300 frame rates? You can have 300 frame rates.
You gotta get the monitors to support that as well. Which costs 300.
That's not bad. The fucking GPU is what I'm really focused on right now, though. Well, that's basically my week. I've been doing techie stuff, anime, all that shit.
So, I guess I wonder who's left.
I've not been worrying about cutting my face like some people.
Alright. So, he finished up his week. Kind of tuned out for like, I'm gonna give it a generous portion and say 10 minutes. I just fucking gave up.
How about?
I just fucking gave up. I didn't give a fuck. I stopped caring. So, I'm back. And apparently Dominic finished this week. Which, unfortunately, leaves me. So I did stuff. I
Good
turned in
job.
my I turned in my packet on Monday, and then the
Yay.
office got really fucking bullshit, and I never got it back. It's really bad too when I'm only there for an hour in the mornings. So that's fun. If I don't get it, if I don't get it by Thursday, my family will raise hell. And it'll
You
be
might
fun.
want to calm them down.
No, I want to see it happen. I honestly want to see the school burn, honestly. It just sucks that I don't have. It just sucks that due to the, some my family's impatient, but for the most part, kind of still nice people.
Yeah, I can see that. I saw an ugly side of my family when I was in school.
I don't know if you. I don't know if there's. I don't know if this is legal ground, but effectively, effectively, I feel like had my family member done less than nice stuff, I could fuck it. My family could blackmail the school, but we can't. So that sucks. I'm not gonna really go into any more of the detail, but we could have blackmailed the school, and it would have been fun.
That sounds like fun, at the very least.
Yeah. So I guess yelling at the front office and getting the principal and getting the principal, if the principal's even there at that point, to show up to respond will be fun. Other than that, I watched a lot of things. Not really. I finished Samurai Champloo.
Samurai Champloo.
I somehow knew you were going to do that.
Yeah, I finished that up. Finished up Luke Cage, and watched one episode. Watched one episode of the anime homework because I've already seen it before and didn't feel like watching anything else. Didn't feel like watching any more. And,
Understandable.
Oh, and then I went and watched The Accountant at the movie.
The Accountant.
How was it? I've heard that it's less actiony, but still interesting.
It's an alright movie. Dying. That's fine. Failing. That's okay. Honestly, I have zero expectations at this point, and impressing me is very easy. So, that's pretty much all I did other than play games on my phone.
Huh. Cool.
Alright. What the fuck do we talk about now? Oh, please tell me I was dropped. Hello?
Is this thing on?
It is now. What happened?
Oh, God. I don't know. Like... hello?
You are not doing very much.
What?
You can
I'm not...
be heard now.
Yeah, don't know what happened there, but for like a few seconds, time stopped on my computer.
Ah. That is known
And now
as
everything's
hitching.
really loud. Hitching?
Probably, yeah, that's known as hitching, where your computer kind of skips a couple beats.
It was more than a few beats.
Or like a few seconds, it just like freezes and then comes back into play. It's known as hitching. Should probably restart your computer.
Nah, I think I'm good for right now.
But probably should restart your computer.
Nah, if it fucking stops, I'll do it then.
Alright.
Yeah, I know that's you, but just what happened to Chris?
He's still here, isn't he?
I don't hear him.
Oh, he's talking to someone.
Okay. This is the shit that gets cut out.
Yeah.
I think I'm good for now. I don't think it'll happen again.
Alright. Just waiting on Chris then.
I'll be right back then.
All right.
Oh, goody.
Oh, what happened?
Chris dropped from the call. I don't know when, and he's not texted me or anything. He is not online, so I'm assuming his internet went down. Probably be back on in a minute or two.
Uh-oh.
Hey, you're back. Chris, I can't hear you if you're speaking. And what do you mean by wrap it up? Oh no, that was a while ago actually, huh? Iggy, can you hear him? Or maybe Iggy's not here either. Okay, sure. Oh.
This is a part you cut out of the podcast, Nick.
Yep. I can finally hear you now. What happened? And there he goes.
That bodes well.
Not really. I have a feeling that his computer finally stopped and he's restarting it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is he still on Steam?
Nope.
Yep, nope. His computer probably just fucking exploded.
Mm-hmm.
So unless we hear from him and... Wait, no, we can't hear from him. We'll hear from him as if he does appear back online.
Oh, we'll wait like 10, 15 minutes. That will probably be enough time for him to restart his computer.
Right? Nick, what the fuck are you doing? You looking at Reddit, Nick?
How did you know?
That's what you seem to do whenever you're fucking bored. You're just like, fuck it, I'll go to Reddit.
I mean, there's usually something interesting on Reddit.
Ah, Nick.
Oh, hey, maybe I'll go to twitch.television.
Maybe.
I went to twitch.television.
Wow, Nick. So fucking original.
Dude, this guy just got a Volt Prime chassis.
Oh god, Nick, I want you to die.
I know. You tell me on a daily basis.
Nick, you wanna play Yu-Gi-Oh, Nick?
Why, sure. I would love to play Yu-Gi-Oh, Chris. Oh, he's back. And we can't hear you.
He's also not speaking.
Well then.
I'll just have a silent podcast.
Yeah, sounds good. Or it doesn't sound good because there's no sound. Ha.
I mean, what the... Okay, there we go.
Hey.
Oh,
you
yeah.
speak.
You could have special summoned it, Nick.
I guess when Chris fucking rejoined the call, it fucked up my computer somehow.
And you restarted it?
Yep.
So, I guess
Did I
we
blame
talk
Chris?
about the Animu homework or something?
What happened? Chris was talking, and then he left, and then he came back, and then I left.
Yeah, I think that's the, order of things that occurred.
So what?
Yeah,
how
I
much
just-
of that actually got... So did it... We just, like... Is the podcast back just now, or...
Probably, yeah.
Hey, nothing happened.
Nothing at all. We weren't gone for half an hour or anything.
I actually don't think it was happening. Was it?
It was
I don't know.
like 20 minutes.
Whatever. We fucking went on coffee break.
Yep. So, I guess we talk about the homework of the Animus.
I guess.
My
Chris,
hand
do his
couldn't
week.
stop continually fucking
I mean,
me.
yeah, he basically finished his week.
All right.
My hand just continues to fuck me.
So you played Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, while you were gone.
Since I've been gone?
While
Did you
were
breathe
gone.
for the first time?
What?
You know, I don't know the rest of the
Silver
lyrics past
Gadget.
that point.
All right, we're done.
Since you've been gone, I could breathe for the time. Taylor Swift or
Since
something, I
you've been
think.
gone.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
All
God.
right, Chris, you win. So, anime homework.
A certain magical index.
So,
Dude with the
I'm
dude with
gonna
the
be-
power to negate shit with his right hand solves World War III, or at least that's how it ends in the light novels or anime.
Iggy,
or
you didn't
manga.
watch it,
I don't
did
know
you?
whatever it was.
I'm going to be Frank. Hello, my name is Frank. I'm pretty funky. Now I'm going to be Steve, and Steve is pretty serious. Hello, my name is Steve, and I'm pretty serious. I didn't... You know, this fucking... Okay. This show and Haruhi Suzumiya have a lot in common,
How so?
at least in the context of me. Haruhi Suzumiya and this thing are both shows I've attempted to watch, are both shows I've attempted to read, and are both shows I have dropped several times. I didn't remember it when you fucking recommended it, but after watching a little bit, it's like, oh yeah, it's this one. And the reason I continually drop both of the shows is because they bore me to fucking death.
Yes. Index is very boring.
What?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Toraru Majutsu no Index is very boring, yes.
Yeah. So, for some fucking reason, I got to like episode 8 or something, and then I just couldn't. It's actually so fucking boring. I'm gonna I guess I'll explain it.
It is a very slow burn. It does get slightly better, but only when Makisa is there.
I have no idea who Makisa is. Is that Railgun Girl?
That's Railgun.
Yeah, she was like the only character I liked.
To be
Or
fair,
Misaka is her name, not
to
Makisa.
be fair about this, Nick, you watched Railgun before you watched this, correct?
No, I watched Index first, then Railgun, and then
Okay.
now both seasons again of Index and the movie.
And
Here's the
the
thing.
movie?
And the movie.
Index is 48 episodes and a movie plus some OVAs, if you care about that.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, it's not got a great dub or sub, for that matter. I don't like the voice acting in either. It's bad.
Later in the show, there are like 2 characters that have good dubs. Like Accelerator is good. That's about it. Oh, and Mini
That's 2
Misaka.
characters? Okay, Mini? Okay, whatever. Fucking, whatever it is about the show, I just don't care for the character interactions in this show at all. The way the characters talk to each other, the way they interact just isn't fucking interesting in the slightest. And this happens, like, I watched 8 episodes, like, okay, you know, fucking big shit happens, you know, he fucking saves Index from whatever the fuck is happening. She's using magic. He fucking negates that shit. He loses his memory, which is shitty.
No.
It's like, okay.
That's actually a good thing about the show.
No, it's incredibly shitty.
I will.
Because here's the thing,
explain
I wanted them to start explaining shit. Then he loses his memory, so it's like, great, they're not going to explain shit. Maybe they'll start explaining shit afterwards. Nope. Then they added a new element called fucking vampires. They didn't they don't explain too much the difference between mages and espers, other than that fucking magic is just fucking something people learn to use, whereas espers you're kind of like born with it. But they don't
And they're
explain
also
too much
mutually
besides that.
exclusive.
Yeah. They don't explain that. And then it's like, okay, I wanted some explanation on that. Nope. How about you have some fucking vampires to go with it? And that's about where I said, fuck it.
The magician shit gets even more convoluted when there's there's magicians and sorcerers. What's the difference? I don't know.
There's a fucking dude that's like hanging upside down in a tube of some shit, and they had a conversation with the fucking fire dude, and I had absolutely no idea what happened in that fucking conversation.
Yeah, no. Like,
it seemed important. I didn't understand one word.
A lot of the show is just spouting religious bullshit.
Yeah, it didn't make a lick of... Like, in that point, it's like the only interaction I ever cared about was the fucking right-hand dude and the railgun girl. They were interesting at that one point, and that was it.
So...
That's all I gave a shit about. That's it.
Alright, so memory thing. Here's why it's a good thing. Because you're able to see what Toma is like before and after. So before the whole memory erasure thing, he has a very distinct personality. And afterwards, he still carries some of that personality, but as the show goes on, you're able to see how he gets that personality. Like in the beginning, he's really standoffish and like, I don't want to deal with this shit or any of this. And then after he loses memory, you can see
that's fairly established from like the first 10 seconds of the show as to why he's like that, and for a very good reason too.
Yeah, bad luck.
Yeah,
but you can see
it's
like,
really all
the
you need to know.
Slow progression of him like regaining his memories. No, he doesn't actually regain his memories. Like re-experiencing things, like to see how he got to that point, which is really cool.
So here's why that's shitty. It's basically, okay, we're gonna explain this character. He's got bad luck, so he's constantly in trouble with shit, and that's why he's standoffish. Okay. Then we're gonna erase all of his memories and personality and everything. Why? It's like episode fucking 6. Why are you doing this? Then it's like, oh, like you just get the excuse fucking, so you get to see him do that. But wasn't that entirely based on the fact he had bad luck? So we get to re-experience that? Great. That's
like,
shitty.
Some of my favorite anime are animes where you can see, like, where you can't actually feel the character change, but if you look at, like, episode last and episode beginning, you can tell that there was a huge difference in the character arc, but you didn't really, like, it wasn't at the forefront. It was just, like, they slowly develop, and you can see, like, all the experiences that made them develop into that character that they eventually become. Like, those are really cool because it requires a lot of preparation, effort, and, like, intricate planning to actually create that kind of story and have it be engaging.
The problem with that is so early on, this show doesn't explain jack, and it keeps adding shit.
Oh, yeah, no, it never explains shit about, like,
I hate that so much.
Magic.
It's like, hey, we have espers. Cool, how does that work? Hey, we have magicians. How does that work? There's a different sect of magicians. How does that work? Hey, here's nothing explained. Here's vampires. Here's a dude hanging off the ceiling. What is the religious shit? What the fuck is going on? Why did he lose his memories? Why was that an important thing to have happen? Why does no one give a shit that this dude has the ability to negate physically everything in this world pertaining to magic or abilities, and like no one knows who he is? What the fuck is that?
They never explain any of that shit. Some people do learn who he is, but most of the time it's like, oh my god, he's negating everything? What? How is this happening? What?
Like,
and
why
in the
world where the fucking, well, like 70% of the people, or I mean, that's a rough number, look, he lives in a fucking huge fucking, what's it, Academy City?
Academy City. By the way, for Academy City and it being set there, we actually see very, very little of his school life.
Yeah,
you don't need that.
That's the worst.
You don't
that's
need
not
it.
the worst.
I know. I just find it ironic.
Fucking, maybe I don't know. But in this fucking world where he literally is in a place where there's a shit ton of espers, the existence of magicians exists and sorcerers, whatever, vampires and all that. There's a single fucking dude, from what I know, who is able to negate all that shit. Why in the world isn't he known? Like, by the government, by people? What the fuck is that shit?
Because he's labeled a type 0, and because of that, nobody gives him any, like, respect.
Has a literally god-tier ability. A literal god-tier ability.
Yep. Very, very few people actually recognize him for his ability. And this only happens after he defeats, like, the #1 Esper in Academy City. And even then, most people are like, he's still a level 0. The fuck is wrong with him?
I hate that logic so fucking much. It's just a plot device.
So, I'm gonna go off on a tangent here and tell you why Railgun, the spin-off of the show, is a hell of a lot better than Index.
And this is another thing I hate. Like, if I wanted to enjoy that, I'd have to watch Index first, because I can't watch things out of order. But I hate this fucking show.
Index is average at best.
Depends on.
I'll finish off an Index real quick. So the pacing is kind of bad in the Index because it ends at weird points and it's like, oh hey, we're doing that. Nope, stop. No, stop. The sound effects are weird in the show. not like horrible. They're just like, it seems as though they don't fit the show. The setting is really cool. Academy City sounds like an awesome premise because like a lot of anime is like, oh yeah, most if we go off of anime, then 90% of Japan is just high schools, and then Academy City is the manifestation of that, which I like a lot. The animations of the powers are really good. Otherwise, it's just like it carries the story along, whatever. The Accelerator Saga and anything related to Misaka, who is Railgun, is amazing. Like whenever either of those two are involved, it's super interesting because they actually make interesting stuff that can actually make sense.
By the way, I just realized the reason why I think Mikasa is pretty interesting, we see her like twice or 3 times. She uses her Esper ability once, and she's, besides her, the only Esper at the very least in the first 8 episodes.
Shirai is also, the teleporter girl is also an Esper, but we don't see like any of her. Yeah, no, you don't see any of her, as far as I know.
In the first episode, you see Espers. One that just negates them as the main character, and the one Railgun girl that uses her ability once.
And it stays that way where Misaka is basically one of the only Espers that he interacts with. But Misaka is really fucking good. Like, episode 8, I think, is where you stopped, right after his memory loss.
Yeah.
You are
right after they
like,
found a fucking corpse in some school.
Right, you're like 2 episodes before the Accelerator Saga, which is where the show actually gets really interesting and good, but then it goes back to Index and Toma and all the magical religious shit, and then becomes bad again, until the end of like season 2, where Accelerator pops up again, and then the show becomes good again, because Accelerator is an awesome character.
For one point in the beginning, one arc in the first season, and then never again until the end of the second season. What the?
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just like average. Like
I've tried. It's bad.
It didn't bore me as much as Higurashi because of the Misaka stuff. But otherwise, it's just kind of meh. Also, they have this really bad habit of trying to have comedy relief be, oh, he just sees these girls naked. And that's it. Like, that's the joke. Which I really don't like in anime because it's just like, yeah, okay, sure.
That's like early 90s, late 80s.
2004 is when the original manga was made, I believe. However, Tsuchi Mikado is a good form of comedic relief in the show, and I will praise it on that because he is legitimately funny.
Care to explain what the fuck that ding-dong word was?
Tsuchi Mikado. It's the blonde guy's name. That's Toma's friend.
I don't who would fucking know that?
So,
he's a friend?
Yeah, I know. He's very, like, he's a school friend, but you see, like, none of him in the first 8 episodes because he's like, oh yeah, school friend, yeah. You don't see any of the school. Anyway.
Looking after he got his memory, like, some people approach him, like, oh yeah, we're buddies, right? And like, I have no idea who the fuck these people are.
They set up this interesting place of Academy City with, like, a bunch of stuff going on with it, but then they don't address it at all. They're just like, oh yeah, this is just any other city. It's not like Academy City, which is really shitty because Academy City is so cool and interesting to actually see through, which you actually see in Railgun. The reason why Railgun is better is that it actually focuses on Academy City and what the hell a student does in Academy City and what an Esper is, and it doesn't, like, go... Like, there is very little crossover with Index. Like, Toma shows up maybe twice.
So it goes from a bad anime to a side character about school life.
Yes, and that school life is actually interesting. Main reason I didn't like Index is that there was too much religious bullshit. It was like, oh yeah, this religion is fighting this religion for, like, the different sect reason of religious bullshit that's happening. It doesn't
That's just
meld
fucking replace
together
religion with fucking gang name A and B, same thing.
Yeah. And they didn't focus on, like, Academy City at all, which I find Academy City really interesting, so that's why I didn't like it very much. it also focuses on the struggles of actually being like one of the strongest espers in the entirety of Academy City, which is what Misaka is. So I would, if you were to watch Index or Railgun, I would say watch Railgun, because Railgun is a hell of a lot better than Index. They're both the
Unless you know
same length.
logically minded like me and like, well, I want to watch what came out first and this is based off of, but what it's based off of sucks. So,
Oh yeah, another reason Index sucks is that I read up on this. Index was the first stuff that this author wrote, and after he wrote Index, he moved on to Railgun as a side story, and by that time, he had developed his actual writing skills. And so, that's another reason why Railgun is a hell of a lot better than Index, is because the writing is a hell of a lot better. Really,
Okay.
Index is pretty average. Like, it averages out pretty... The music in Index is really good. And
I mean,
in season...
Got 2
season
seasons and a
2?
fucking movie, so...
In season 2, the animation quality goes up because there's a hell of a lot more shadows around, and I notice this pretty distinctly. 2, animation quality just goes up in general. It's made later in time, so I can see why as well. I would give it like a 5 out of 10. It's really average. I enjoyed it more than Higurashi because it had some interesting stuff in it. Like all the Misaka stuff is great.
those say those are pretty different shows. You know, fucking that show is a horror show about a fucking small village. This is a fucking magic user show about a dude who can negate them. Supposedly should be action packed and all that shit, but it fucking failed with its story and its ability to fucking do anything, as well as its ability to inability to explain anything, and continually adding things that it won't explain, as well as its very basic and boring plot line.
True, but when I talk about like shows and scores I give for them, I try to compare them to each other. For instance, I gave Higurashi a 4, so
That's really good.
I kind of have to explain why I liked this show more than a 4, but less than a 6.
That's really good. But there is contextual difference for everything.
Yeah.
This show, I'd probably give it like a fucking 3. I've tried, like again, with fucking Suzumiya. I at least got through Suzumiya mostly. I read through the fucking 8 thing, whatever, but I watched the rest of it. This show, I couldn't be bothered. I still can't be bothered. Tried before, tried the manga, tried this, just no. It's so fucking,
Yeah.
you know, weirdly enough, when I was watching those first day, I was watching them back to back, and I was slightly interested, but you know, the episodes felt pretty short, which means I must have been at least slightly invested in it, but it just got boring and boring. Why is this teacher a kid?
I don't know. Reasons, they never explain it. It's not like they very
Is she a kid?
offhandedly.
Like a really tiny.
She's an adult.
Why is
no genetic experiments were done on her or any of that. It's just that she's tiny.
That's another thing. Like weirdly, like fucking magic can only be done by people who aren't espers. So they fucking have her heal Index at one point, which is a very interesting scene. But they didn't explain any. Like I would have liked some explanation of some of that process as maybe something, I don't know.
Like
just didn't
the problem
explain
with
shit.
magic is that for the most part it's unexplainable. However, with science, it is explainable for the most part. And that's another reason Railgun's better.
But the thing is, though, like offhandedly messaging, oh yeah, make this room into a temple and then do yada yada yada. I'm like, I have no idea what any of those processes are or what you're talking about. If that's the intended thing, then I guess that's fine. But at the same time, I don't like it. If it's just supposed to be like a fucking turn off your brain and watch it show, sure, whatever. But that's not what I like to watch.
Also, you don't seem to like shows that have a slow pace to them. Like
I like something to happen. I don't care if it has a slow pace if it establishes something in the beginning, but
like I forget, what was your opinion on Durarara? I think you didn't like it, right?
Durarara was once again just a show I tried to watch before and didn't like. Now, didn't like Durarara. Baccano I didn't like because they don't establish anything in the beginning. It's like, here's the flashy things going on. Continue to watch for some reason.
Yeah, slow shows are definitely not your thing.
No, slow shows are fine. Shows that don't establish anything in like the first episode are what I have problem with.
Yeah, but most slow shows don't establish much in the first episode.
Yeah, so I'd say that there are certain shows that are slow. I'd say Higarashi's pretty damn slow.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that show because it does establish a certain thing that happens every time. But whatever, that's a different discussion. Fucking yeah, 3 out of 10. Chris, what the fuck you doing? What's your take on all this?
Oh, I don't know. It was an anime I watched 2 years ago. Because, I was fucking bored, and I watched the entirety of it. And when I went and watched back the first episode, I kind of wondered and thought about why the fuck did I watch the rest of this? This is something. I mean, usually you watch a couple more. Maybe that's what got me to watch the rest of it. But from what I watched, I was like, I can't understand why I watched the rest of this. But it's unfinished. The anime is unfinished. There's the, I don't know, light novel, manga, whichever the fuck one is it.
I think both.
Does continue on, and he does like solve World War III, I think. I guess.
Oh yeah.
That's
Apparently,
ability to negate shit. Boom! He solves World War III, motherfuckers.
apparently all the Index anime are based off the first few chapters of Index, which are considered terrible. Oh, huh.
Yeah. And there's also a lot more.
What's
There's also some more shit in like the light novels and mangas. Like I know there's a character in there called Misaka Worst, which is like they took all the bad feelings and stuck it into one Misaka, and that's what happened. And it's great. Listen, if you want them to be nice. If you want them to be nice and do what they're told and die to Accelerator, we need to isolate all their bad feelings. So we'll just throw it into one.
Oh yeah, so I'll explain that plot line real quick. So to get to a level 6 Esper, which by the way, Espers have different levels. Level 5 is the previous highest. They were trying to get to a level 6 Esper. To do that, they
World War III, so who the fuck cares, right?
I mean, he can negate anything. Anyway, to get to level 6, they decided, oh hey, we're
This
just
means
gonna.
the fucking system stupid.
So
Hey,
they played Pokemon, and they were like,
kill a bunch of other Misakas, which are not as strong as a regular Misaka for cloning reasons. So you're gonna have to kill like 20,000 of them, and that'll get you to the level 6 Esper. And they know this because they have a super fucking computer in space that got shot down. So the reason that they fucking it's a great. It's great,
so here's what happened. So Espers are around. People started classifying them by levels. Then people played Pokemon and were like, "Can we do that with Espers?" I think we could. And then they found the highest level Esper they could, and then just cloned the next highest, and then continually fed the highest one.
Misaka is 3rd, not 2nd.
What the fuck is happening?
Second's good. They are playing a giant game of Pokemon.
So you defeat enemies, you get experience. That was the reasoning behind cloning Misaka and having Accelerator kill them a bunch of fucking times. 20,000 to get him to level 6.
Yep, so we have original Misaka, and then there's just tiny Misaka, there's Misaka Worst, and then... I don't know, the rest of them seem fucking snarky. Or is that an entirely different one? Is there a snarky one? Who knows?
Anyway, yeah, that's Index.
That's what it is.
Railgun's better.
I never watched Railgun.
I'm not good on Railgun.
Railgun's better. Anyway.
So what'd you rate it, Chris?
Oh, yeah, 5 out of 10. I don't know why I watched it. I don't know why I watched all of it earlier, like 2 years ago. I don't know why I watched all of it. I did, though. So there's something
Also-
there.
Index, not very interesting.
Oh yeah, and Index as a character is like, oh yeah, she's a library for 103,000 grimoires.
You
We're
think
not
that'd be a
gonna.
little bit more interesting or important, but it's not.
Yeah, no, she's she's basically just an index. Like nobody cares about the index.
She falls in love with the main character in like the first 6 episodes because it has to.
Yeah.
That's
But
about
then
it.
he's not into her because like, oh, she fell
You
in
know,
love with the me before I lost my memories, so I can't be with her. Oh no.
I don't know what's going on with those characters at all. And from what it sounds like the first like few episodes are completely irrelevant to the story's direction.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, they end up traveling the world at some point.
Yeah.
Like, they go to Italy and shit, and it's just like, why?
Oh yeah.
Focus on
There's that
Academy
point.
City.
That was a point. Yeah, let's go to Italy, guys. Like, why? Is this
I
at
just
I don't know,
want them
Jake.
to focus on
They go to
Academy
Venice?
City.
Did they go to Venice by a fucking
They
time travel?
they were gonna go
bike?
to Venice, didn't end up going there.
What's with the anime characters in Venice? Fucking
City of Love? No, that's Paris. I don't know.
yeah, you know, that place, City of Love, fucking flooded city.
Anyway, this is
Fair
the
enough.
point where we recommend the next anime that we're gonna watch. Yeah.
Oh god.
So we're gonna watch fucking Iron-Blooded Orphans or something. I recommend.
It's up to you two.
It's actually up to you.
I mean, yeah.
That's
What fucking Nick wants to watch this?
Or do we want to do something
Hey, welcome
special?
to the system that wasn't meant to be used by only 3 people.
Or do we want to
honestly,
do
it's
something
just-
special this week?
we could do something special. I have an idea.
What's depends on the idea and how ready everyone is to do that.
We could do the manga thing.
My idea was that in order to help those of us here that are DMing, i.e. the major, or those of us here that are DMing, we could watch a fucking D&D game.
Watch a D&D game?
Huh.
Talking about the
Yeah.
Rooster Teeth one?
Well, there's a lot of them out there. I was gonna suggest that we watch the fucking Rooster Teeth one, i.e. Heroes and Halfwits. 'Cause that one's actually complete. Like, you know, like Funhouse also did their campaign, but most of their shit is locked behind first. But Heroes and Halfwits is pretty nice. Heroes and Halfwits is pretty nice. There's a lot of other ones floating around. I don't know.
I don't
just a
know
thought.
about Nick, but there's like a certain thing where when you do something, the watching someone else it doesn't particularly pique your interest. I've been like interested in it, but at the same time, I tried watching it. It's like I'm doing this myself. I don't want to watch this.
It depends on who the DM is for me. Because,
I don't
for instance,
know who that is. Like some weird bald Asian guy.
yeah.
He's Frank.
There are 2 games that I actually like watching. It's, or 2 DMs that I like
Hearthstone.
watching.
Oh.
Matt Mercer, who does the Geek and Sundry, D&D sessions, which
Sundry?
Geek and Sundry.
What?
Hey, I'll
And
send you a link.
what a weird fucking title.
Yeah,
Geek
kinda.
and useless things.
That's Geek and Sundry's channel. Anyway, they do
What kind of?
they do
I'm
a
trying to
show-
wrap my head around the use of the word sundry there.
I don't know. They do a D&D show called Critical Role, and all
Yep,
of the people there
that's
are
what-
voice actors, so they're really
That's
pleasant to listen to.
That
and
was
I
one
like
of the
Matt
ones-
Mercer as a DM.
They
That
did
was
a
one of the
fucking
ones I
best
learned
anime
of.
movie for best anime for movie lovers, and there's fucking Chihiro. Go fucking figure.
Who'd have thought?
Oh wait,
Man,
the-
look at all this stuff not there. Yeah, I've
Alright.
heard of Critical Role before. So,
The other DM that I like watching is Neil Erickson, who does the
So you clearly know. What?
who does the roleplay series of D&D campaigns.
So you clearly don't suffer from the same thing that I do.
I don't like heroes and halfwits. So it really just depends on the DM for me.
I've tried watching D&D stuff in the past. I can't do it. It's like whenever I'm doing something myself, like if I'm playing a game, I usually wait till I'm finished playing that game to go and watch anyone else do it if I'm going to play the game. Or if I watch someone play the game and I think, okay, I'm going to play that game, I stop watching it.
That's similar to me when it comes to like anime videos. Like when somebody's about to talk about an anime, for instance, Digibro, when he was talking, like he made a video that involved Cowboy Bebop. So I was gonna come back to that after I had watched Cowboy Bebop. I have it like saved. I haven't watched Cowboy Bebop yet, so not gonna go back to it yet.
So yeah, it's like it's even with the podcast recently. Like, okay, we're gonna do them, so I don't really watch them. I've been kind of slacking off on watching them, but the problem is I watch them for quality assurance.
Yeah.
And I have caught a myriad of your fucking goofs.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like name dropping
All of
TLG.
Yeah,
I think he's caught a good portion of them.
I mean, you only did that once at least, and we've only name dropped him once, and we only ever. I can't believe you fucking missed that though. Also, your editing style is really shitty. It's like, oh, you're gonna like the one we were talking about. You like the fucking time where Chris put up a picture of you when we were talking about your love life, and then you edited out with Joey. It's like, oh yeah, but we're talking about you, but you hear the start like we're talking about you, and then you fucking cut it out for like 2 seconds, or not even 2 seconds, as long as the word would go. It's like we're talking about you. Ooh, what the fuck does that cover?
Huh? The ooh part doesn't come through. It's just yeah.
It's so obvious. Your editing
Yes,
style
but it's
sucks.
not explicit. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like, I don't want it to be explicit. I want people to try and fill in the holes.
There's nothing to fill in when you can fucking the time of the edit and the first letter are given to you. Like, okay, the syllables were roughly one syllable.
I
It's
mean, it
also
could be
several
young.
times even fucking more than one word or more than one fucking letter. So it's like, why? Why do you even bother editing it out?
I don't know what's happening here, but it's happening.
Like, remember that one time you posted a picture of Nick because he was talking about a girl liking him? It's like, oh, look, here's the picture of Nick.
Sure.
He edited that out, and then we started talking about it, specifically saying, oh, it's just a picture of you. And then he edited them out, but he edited them out in a way where you could obviously tell what we were saying. Like, there's no fucking ifs and or buts about it. You know what we're saying.
So
But it's
just because
not explicit, and that's the important part.
I don't get it. You could literally edit out just even half a
just
second beforehand and a half a second more after. And it would make no
Just-
sense what we were saying.
just to get it started again, since Nick so thoroughly pointed it out last time. So pies. There
Yeah.
you go, Nick. Have fun.
I
with
mean,
that.
you probably, that one probably fucking is so easy to tell what you just said. Because he probably left the P in.
Man,
Does
can you
not
can you
leave
can
the
you
PM.
splice it to where I just say pies?
I'm doing it now. Yeah.
Hey, you know pies.
Just
Oh,
Except
splice
that's
it
probably-
to where I just say pies, and then that's it. Here we go. Just continue the
Here's the thing.
conversation.
If you just do it at some random point, he won't even fucking notice it during the editing process and leave it.
No, I
You
write
gotta
notes
fucking,
down while we're in the podcast,
No,
like
like,
timestamps for
that's
things.
but you know, you're not gonna catch everything,
That is
Nick.
proven to not, yeah, it's proven to not work before. Point being, though, when you
it's
go to edit
inevitable.
something, watch it back, the edit. Watch the edit back. If you can hear any of what I said, or what he said, or what you said, fucking add another 0.5 seconds to the beginning of it, or the end of it,
All right.
whichever one is
All right.
more relevant.
I'll stop leading people along. Just like take out the entirely.
Exactly.
All right. I'll start doing that. Happy?
It fucking makes editing fucking pointless. You might as well just left it in. Anyway, anime.
Yeah.
So what are we doing?
I guess you and me are recommending something. I don't know about DMing stuff or DM stuff. Fucking. I don't want to watch it.
Neither do I.
Let's just do a normal week. Fucking have you choose something.
Okay.
That being
So
said, what the fuck am I recommending?
this system doesn't work. It's what Nick
This
wants to
system
watch.
this system was not meant to work with 3 people.
Then how
I'm
about we
gonna
all
lose.
recommend an anime? Sound
No.
good?
Nah. Wait.
I'm okay. I'm okay with you. I'm
The thing
not
is,
okay
it
with
also
the fact that I have
doesn't
to
have to
compete with
work.
Dominic. I'm okay with the fact that you're losing out on it, though.
The thing is, though, it wasn't meant to fucking work with 3 people in any sense. It wasn't meant to work with 3 people recommending stuff. It wasn't meant to work with fucking 1 person, 3 people. Yeah, any combination of only 3 people doesn't work. Is basically what I'm getting at.
I need to find something.
I've got a few ideas.
I have ideas too. It's called the fucking list of anime. I kind of list of anime I need to look into further to maybe see if I actually really want to watch it. Start pulling out ones and see if there's anything interesting in there. Yeah, let's see. Keep grabbing.
Nick.
Uh,
A or B?
Yeah. B.
All right, fucking, I'm gonna recommend Kanabari of the Iron Fortress, or however you say that. Kanbaneri?
Cabaneri.
Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. Show that was
good.
very popular, like, last season,
I've
I
recommended
think.
it before. I recommended
Have
it
you?
like a couple weeks ago. Yeah, a couple weeks ago I did.
Huh.
That one, it's still lost. I tried.
Well, it was really popular, like, last season of anime, like, one of the top watched ones. Supposedly a lot like fucking Attack on Titan. Very, I've heard it's not great story-wise, but visually and everything else, it's pretty good to watch.
There's
but if
like
not,
I've heard
there's
the
like
same.
there's like zombies that are covered in iron, and they're basically essentially unkillable. Or no, their hearts are covered in iron or something like shit like that, and so
Something
they're
like that.
effectively unkillable. They're effectively really hard to kill zombies in the world.
So recommend that. We all basically know that.
Mm-hmm. So,
Hey, I'm done.
Christopher, what do you recommend?
Motherfucker, I've already lost. I'm just looking for something. That'll fucking.
I mean, if you recommend something good, it might win.
I get to run a second recommendation for you. That way you have an equal chance to me to win.
No,
Like,
but technically,
if you
just win anyways.
If you recommend Railgun, that'll probably win.
Fuck no. I wouldn't let that happen. Oh, yeah, that's weird.
And I guess
don't-
having
I wouldn't
2
want
shows in a row is kind of weird. They're like spin-offs of each other.
I don't like spin-offs. I hate spin-offs. I hate spin-offs so much. What are some, like, good spin-offs besides Railguns in your eye?
Better Call Saul's pretty good.
The fuck is that?
It's a
see the
spin-off
anime.
of Breaking Bad. It's a spin-off of Breaking Bad. They're fucking
Not good.
spin-off.
Because I also hate Breaking Bad. Go fucking figure.
Well then, let me look up some more anime spin-offs, I guess, real quick.
I can't think of any that actually has a spin-off, but every spin-off I've heard of I don't like. Because usually the base thing I don't like. I don't know, Pokemon spin-offs are okay? I guess?
They're usually okay. The Pokemon spin-off games are usually fine.
Spin-off games, I'm talking about the show. They have spin-offs where like fucking... Oh, it's about the Pokemon going to like a fucking Poke Park or some shit. Like there was holiday spin-offs. I remember those. Those ones are pretty good.
I need to find something different.
So technically never mind.
What?
I need to find another thing.
5 Guys, 5 Nights. What there?
I was gonna say 5D's Arc V, GX, and Zexal are technically spin-offs.
What? No.
Technically,
I think
yes, they're also
own-
technically their own games. They're also
Yeah, they're
technically
also
their own thing.
technically, yeah.
GX is connected to GX and 5Ds are technically connected to
And-
original Yu-Gi-Oh by virtue of just straight the movie. Everything else is kind of just loosely connected though.
I think they're the same in the worlds too. I mean, Yugi was in GX, so
Yugi was in GX, and then 5Ds also got connected thanks to the virtue of the movie. Zexal is somewhere, and it's currently undetermined in Arc 5 whether or not the other protagonists exist. We just have our main character has been to a bunch of different dimensions. Like he went to the synchro dimension, but he hasn't met any of the other he hasn't met any of the other show's main characters. He went to the synchro dimension and didn't meet Yusei. He found Jack. He went to the fusion dimension. He hasn't found Jade and Yuki yet. He's found fucking everyone else though. Aster and Asuka. I don't know any more GX characters. They're all there. Oh.
So I'm looking through, and it seems like there aren't that many anime spin-offs.
Yeah, but I can understand why.
Like, it seemed like I'm looking up popular anime spin-offs, and it's like, oh yeah, Railgun's the best out of all of them. And that's it.
It's like the only one, I guess.
Like, there are other ones, like, there's Soul Eater Not, but that's bad.
Yeah, it was bad, yes.
Not great.
Haha,
Where Soul
yeah,
Eater... Why haven't we watched Soul Eater yet? Shit.
No one's recommended it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all seen it, though. I've read the manga and seen the show.
I've never seen it.
Really?
Nope.
Huh.
I've watched the anime 3 times now, and not once.
You watched what? You cut out for me.
I watched
the anime
Soul
3
Eater
times.
3 times now, and then not once. The first time I watched Soul Eater, I wanted to watch it because I wanted to watch it. Second time, I watched it because Not was coming up, so I wanted to be prepped on like my Soul Eater knowledge. And then the third time, I just wanted to watch Soul Eater again, so I did.
It's fairly interesting. I like some of the characters that happen, but I don't remember a lot of it.
All
Like
right.
how fucking... I forget what his name is. What's the Scythe dude's name? That was Maka.
Kisuke?
that her name?
No, it's not Kisuke.
The main dude who turns into a Scythe?
Karu? No, I think it starts with a K.
Was he
Hang
just... Was his name just Soul?
Yeah, it was.
I
just
don't
I
Soul.
think his
remember.
name is just Soul.
Yeah, it's just Soul.
Yeah, he had some weird... Like, towards the end, had some weird inner demon shit going on. That was kind of interesting.
Oh, dude, that's so cool. The Black Blood?
Oh,
Yeah, that was cool. Maybe a little edgy, but it was cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Fucking... It also established itself in the first episode. How about that?
Soul's name is Soul Eater Evans.
Fucking...
Wow. Okay.
Was this, like... What is the origins of this show? Was it just, like, something someone made during, like, some college class? Like, I just
don't
fucking drew it.
remember.
It sounds like one of Ian's OCs. Very literal. Anyway. Chris.
I'm still looking.
Just recommend the Magic School Bus and you'll win.
I think I lose automatically.
Not if you recommend Magic School Bus.
Dude, Dr. Stein? He's pretty cool.
No. Also
That was
no.
fucking...
Holy
His
shit.
first name's Franken.
Fuck.
Very literal. Like a fucking weird-ass DeviantArt OC.
Oh my fucking god. The hell is this?
I'm just saying it now. You throw out Girls Bravo, it's an insta-win at this point.
Oh yeah, no, I thought
I'm the
Girls
only
Bravo
one
and I
picking.
already know. Yeah,
I know.
but
I'm gonna override.
Oh, okay.
Override.
there's
I don't
no
give a shit.
contest if I throw out Girls Bravo.
No, none.
I might.
It's
pick it
gonna
just
happen
to
one
get it
day,
out of the
Nick.
way. I know. I might pick it just to get it out of the way.
One day it will happen regardless. It doesn't matter when. Sooner, later, if you fucking die, I'm gonna learn to resurrect you so you can watch that show and then kill you.
Jesus.
Fucking look forward to it, bitch.
I don't wanna. Well, anyway, while Chris is looking for an anime, The Flash. I watched all that. Season 2
That's
on-
something I watched. I'm somewhere in the middle of that. I haven't watched it this week at all.
All right.
Is it
Well,
good
It's a
though?
thing.
It's good. Yeah.
It's just more of season 1, which is good.
Yeah.
Zoom is interesting.
Mhm. Like
Zoom zoom.
They didn't. Yeah, it's basically a longer season 1, which is good because season 1 was good.
I also like how the TV universe of DC is going to be different from the cinematic universe, which is already going to shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Because the movie universe with the Batman v Superman distinguished itself with a different Flash, and then the TV universe is distinguishing itself with the fact that they have a different Superman. So,
I really don't like DC too much.
Like,
Fucking, it's way too complicated.
DC's TV is good, but Marvel's movies are good as well. Actually, the Netflix Marvel stuff is good.
Netflix Marvel stuff is good.
Luke Cage.
Cage is good. Jessica Jones is a Marvel thing.
Yeah, like all those are good. But
I've been meaning to watch.
Up to this point, the Marvel shows have been bad.
Mean to watch Luke Cage whenever I get around to that after Flash.
Yeah, watch it. 13 episodes.
About a black dude is really tough.
Are they an hour each or 40 minutes?
Did he say Merry Christmas at any point?
He says Sweet Christmas a lot.
Yeah, he says that. I know that's his thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I only know that from his fucking Marvel Heroes 2016.
They're just setting him up. They're just setting him up. They're just setting up the Defenders. I think it's called the Defenders series, where they're gonna.
Isn't it the Guardians?
Gonna be like, it's gonna be Netflix Avengers, effectively.
I trust Marvel to do it. I just want to see Squirrel Girl. That's it.
Yeah, too bad she's not. Too bad her story isn't nice and adaptable like everyone else, like the other ones.
If we see Moon Knight or Squirrel Girl,
they have about the same chance to get adapted as a Netflix series. Both of their stories are nothing.
Maybe Taskmaster? He's kind of a thing.
Taskmaster's cool. No,
I can copy your fighting style. Yeah, but you know, like
villain, so I don't think he's gonna get a show.
He won't get a show, but he could be like a villain. I mean, they've introduced a couple. Well, I know they introduced one. I knew they introduced one in Jessica Jones. Purple dude. He's actually purple. Maybe connection to FNAF universe. Who knows? What else is there? Oh, and then in Daredevil they have Kingpin who's around, and then there's the Punisher. But the Punisher is supposed to be a hero. He's not the greatest hero. He's not the greatest hero, but he does stuff.
He's a cool guy. It's like fucking, I'm gonna do my thing. My fucking justice vigilante.
Here's my sense of justice. Fucking kill him.
Oh,
he's a chaotic.
I heard that Arrow is still bad in season 4.
Say it's lost its point.
Yeah, it's lost its way. Don't lose your way.
Fucking, speaking of purple guy,
fuck it.
FNAF's sister location's a thing, and fucking Play Pals.
Hey. Play Pals.
It's pretty funny watching them fucking get straightened at animatronics.
Yeah. Sister location is all right. You know what? I've come to a consensus. Think I got it.
Drum roll.
You don't need a drum roll. Oh, cool. That could. Oh, good. It stopped, and I didn't even. Dead. I think it's dead. I think we're good. We're in the clear. Fuck it. Fuck it. We'll go with Kill la Kill. I don't think I need to explain Kill la Kill to anyone here.
I think we've all watched it.
Yeah.
In the event that for some reason someone's watching this has never heard of Kill la Kill, Kill la Kill is a show about a girl who wants to avenge her father who got killed by a giant scissor blade wielding motherfucker.
Yeah.
So she goes to school and finds a fucking school uniform that gives her powers, but it's also really scantily clad. It's funny.
Yeah.
I like the show. there was... I feel like it could have done some more interesting stuff towards the end, but it ended okay.
I fell asleep during the last episode.
Nah, hype train.
Why?
I
Did
still
you
see
like...
that. I still see that get used. It's great.
I still see a lot of GIFs and memes from the show. Fairly stable show. More intermediate, I suppose. I've watched it
Alright.
recently. I remember fucking the first time you recommended this show, I had just watched it like the week before. I wouldn't mind watching it.
Chris is recommending Kill La Kill.
So basically,
I
Nick,
got
it's up to
nothing
you.
else.
Yep, as per usual.
Hey, this fucking system sucks. Who
Yep.
made it? I
There are-
blame
Who
Nick.
did?
There are supposedly 5 things in chat, but there's nothing in chat. This is okay.
I could see how that would be an issue.
Why? Yeah, no, chat doesn't exist for me. I just sent a message in it, and it didn't go anywhere.
I
Oh,
see
fun.
it. I see
You
it.
see the message? Good, great.
It just says, why?
Yeah. Good. Chat's dead for me.
Alright.
There's 6 notifications in chat now. Aha!
He sent
I
a GIF.
uploaded... It's the "this is fine" gif with the dog in the room that's just burning. And he just takes a sip of coffee.
Oh.
Alright, so the question is, do I want to watch over-the-top action anime or over-the-top action anime with better writing that I've seen before?
That's the difference. How long is Kill la Kill?
24
I
episodes.
think it's 24 episodes plus an
Kabaneri
Damn, really?
is 13.
Well, it's 12, isn't it?
Wait, Kabaneri is 12? That was 13.
Yeah, 12.
Who knows?
Yeah, there's a preview, and the 12 episodes. I'm looking at it. There's only 12 episodes.
Oh, alright. Question is, which one do I want to watch?
Flip a coin.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Nice picture. Nice
Wow.
gif.
Wow. You like that picture? It's a good
Yeah,
picture.
I like that.
I have a feeling
So-
that's a picture of me, so I'm not going to look at it.
No, it's the fucking, it's that elephant meme.
I don't know what elephant meme.
There's a
The
fucking
elephant
elephant. I don't know how to explain it. Fucking, it's
Not
pretty good, though.
a good way to explain it.
I don't think I can believe you.
Fucking whatever. Fucking just have whoever's watching it search up the elephant.
Alright.
Or you just fucking look at
Heads.
it. So much fucking
I mean,
easier.
you could. Heads, Kill la Kill,
Just
Tails, Kabaneri. Fuck.
Wow.
Alright, so we're gonna call a redo on that, because that fucking
don't know where
coin
it
just
went.
flew.
I
He
don't know
lost
where
a
it went.
coin, too!
Hang on, you didn't find it.
Pull
we
up
do it in
another
roll
coin.
Quarter as well.
Yeah,
Three
no, we could
quarters.
pull it up in roll 20 so you can't bullshit us.
There's that. There's always the air of possible bullshit. Let's go into Nick's
Yeah.
game really quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
I'll
already
just do
there.
that.
Why you
So
are
next
already
game.
there?
Next
Because it's
game.
really quick to load for some reason.
Alright, sure.
And while we're here, why don't we fucking finish off the story of what happened to me in the fucking railgun?
Huh?
Oh,
You hit me
you
with the
fucked
railgun
him.
last.
Oh, right. You got hit by the railgun and back. Well, not an actual railgun, but... you
We
felt-
could actually just finish we could actually finish up his side of the story and it wouldn't matter.
Or we fucking roll a D2, motherfucker.
We need to. Alright, so D1's heads and D2's tails. Yeah?
Yep,
Oh,
I guess
one is
I'll
head,
be-
two is tails.
Yeah, one head.
I'll be one. Wait,
One head?
which is which?
One head, 2 tails.
Okay, so which is which?
I don't know.
So-
One head, two tails.
I know, but which anime is associated with which side of the coin?
He already
Kill la
said
Kill
it.
was
It's
heads.
Kill la Kill's heads and
Okay.
your and
Kabaneri was
Kabaneri's
tails.
so he needs to roll a D2
Mm-hmm.
and it gets
I
done.
shall do so in Trace, Dos, Uno. Kabaneri
Hey,
is.
Kill la Kill. What?
No,
Oh!
it's yours. What the fuck?
Oh. Okay, they both start with K, okay?
KK, Slider.
What?
That guy from
That-
Animal Crossing.
Oh.
Do you think any of
for
us
some
play
reason
Animal
thought-
Crossing?
I thought the fucking dude from Angel Beats for some reason. TK.
TK? Oh, TK. And also,
What
you
the-
fucks, I knew it was a picture of me.
Hey.
Luckily, I have Roll20 up right now and not Curse, so that works out well for me.
I mean, Chris, can't you just put that picture onto like a link and then put it under the comments?
I could, actually.
Yeah,
It does
But
work
that
like
requires a lot of effort.
not
that. No,
really.
it doesn't. I have the link. Find
A
it.
lot of effort.
Spam.
That's how I got it
motherfuckers.
the first time. I took a I took a picture on my phone, and then I sent it to Nick through Curse. And then through convoluted bullshit, I got on the Curse, and then got the picture, and I ripped the picture out of it. It's okay, and it's somewhere.
You look like you're contemplating something so serious, but you're probably just thinking about anime.
I believe when that picture was taken, I was actually thinking of an anime. I believe it was,
Go figure.
was it?
Fucking, what's her
Oh,
name?
no, I
Fucking-
was,
You're thinking
I
of
was-
your waifu, Lukia,
Lucina?
or whatever,
Lucy.
leukemia.
But okay.
Lucina.
Fucking your waifu, leukemia, whatever.
No, I think
fucking-
it was daydreaming, actually.
We don't need to know.
Alright.
We've been going for a few hours.
2 hours, 50 minutes.
I'd say that's fair.
Yeah, sure.
That's
We
like-
could,
It's like fucking twice or a little bit over 2 times what normal podcasts go to.
yeah, though it's probably gonna get cut a little bit down on size, because, only like by 10, 15 minutes, not too much.
About.
Yeah.
You already was that number already accounting in the dead time, or was that
That
just
was
full
with the
time?
dead time.
Okay.
If it was 15, 20 minutes of me just editing out the pauses, then... I mean, technically the dead time was pauses, but whatever.
Be like 10 minutes missing from the beginning because of this fucking hair discussion.
Dude, the hair discussion is great. I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, let's
not
go ahead
really.
and leave it in, so that way somebody can highlight that.
That's gonna be... I wonder, like, fucking 5 years from now, if we continue to do this, how many times will Nick have said something so stupid that we just had to fucking highlight it?
We're gonna have like
Well-
a full playlist of Nick's stupidity.
I feel like that's happened at least once per Japan time at this point.
I don't know about once
At-
per. You
At
don't
the
tend to
very
say that.
least, it's once per.
You don't say that much shit with, like, that much shit with confidence. Like, we had the one discussion about the Hearthstone cards, which I'll technically count as your fault.
Cards.
Yeah.
Only I could think
Anyway.
of. But, you know, it's
Oh.
never too late to start.
Yeah, there's probably more.
Who the fuck's gonna
So
go
what
back
are we
to all
done?
this shit?
We
I think
are
we're ending.
Yeah.
Oh,
Seems like
okay.
it.
I don't know. Is there anything else to talk about? I think I talked about everything I wanted to talk about. I talked about most of my shit.
Yeah, I
No,
think it talked
everything's
about...
pretty good. Everything's pretty resolved.
Oh, no. No.
Oh no, we're
there's
done.
one-
We're done. Leave. Bail. Go out. Done. We're done.
God damn it. Every time, I remember at the end.
Yeah.
We're done. We're done here.
I-
We're
I
done.
was-
We're done.
I was-
We're done.
I remembered it like 10 minutes ago. I was like, oh, Nick hasn't talked about it yet.
God damn it.
I'll
We're
just
done
stay
here.
silent.
Done.
I will let him
We're done.
end the podcast and then remind him of
Mike,
to watch
uh,
the struggle.
I'm actually super tired. I think my grandma's dying. I need to leave.
God damn it. Like, every time I remember at the end of the podcast, like, hey, I'm supposed to talk about fucking Data Live.
Remember when you
Ah!
put it on the top of your list?
Yes. I did. How did I miss it? Hang
Because it's
on,
on the
I
It
came up
was
with-
on the top. It was on the top and you started at the bottom?
Started
So
from the
it
bottom.
turns out I put it at the bottom of my previous list instead of the top at the new list.
Why do you have more than one list?
Like, I have it be, like, I put a, like a space like an entire line in between each week of stuff that I want to talk about. And I keep the old weeks of stuff I talked about just for posterity's sake. And I put it at the top of the previous week instead of at the top. I mean, at the bottom of the previous week instead of at the top of the new week. Fuck me. Whatever.
I'd rather
I'll
not.
talk about Date Alive next week. I
Yeah,
promise
could
you
just,
that.
for anime or something.
Not alive.
I mean, I could. Though I doubt it will
Wait
win.
it then. I mean, I've seen it already. Ian wouldn't watch it. I don't think Chris would be too interested, but it's kind of mech-like. There's some
What are we
mechy
doing?
type things.
What are we talking about?
In
Date Alive.
Like as soon as mechs are mentioned.
Honestly,
I think
honestly, no. Honestly, that's one of the animes I've looked into slightly. So
it's bad, but we'll talk about that next time, I guess.
It's not the
Oh, good
worst
to
thing
know.
in the world. Season 2 is better than season. Anyway, I'll talk about it next time because I fucking forgot again. Goddamn.
you won't talk about it next time, no.
I will talk about it next time.
Talk about it next time.
Take
And
off, watch it, see what matters. Bye.